See, I told you. We're on that ODB game today.
Thank you for not swearing within the first...
No! I reserve my swears for when appropriate.
That's exactly correct.
Like right fucking now.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's
Did
not
I make
even
it past
been
a minute?
30 seconds.
Okay.
Demonetized. There goes our revenue stream.
Well, you just showed me clips of the episode of the podcast that you're working on, video-wise. And let me tell you, if you want something demonetized...
It's not my fault that the movie hardware is so bad that you gotta make it dirty.
You don't have it makes itself dirty.
Well, look.
I felt dirty after it.
Yeah, me too. Do you think I liked watching the robot touch the feet? That happens.
No.
You know, we didn't talk about that in the podcast at all.
The robot touches. Well,
I mean, let the robot graze those feet, and we said nothing.
I was more concerned with the drill dick and how fucking common that seems to be in movies we watch.
Hey guys, don't forget that there's more than one movie with a drill dick in it.
Yeah, we haven't even seen all of them.
And Quentin Tarantino says the N-word in more than one movie.
That's also true.
That's also true. Just so you're aware.
Mm-hmm. He got a taste for it in the 80s or early 90s. I don't remember when Pulp Fiction came out, and then he was like a vampire. You could tell his life force was being sapped every day. He couldn't say it.
You know what else he got a taste for?
Feet?
I was gonna say toe jam.
Foot. All right.
He liked the foot.
Yeah.
He liked the foot big time.
They call it the amuse-bouche.
The amuse-bouche. Is that just the taunting of the mouth? What is that?
Yeah, basically. It's you know when you go to a fancy... Yeah. Well, obviously he wants his mouth taunted. It's a whole process. You can't just shove the foot right in.
I want the toe to like...
That's like going raw dog with no foreplay. Yeah.
It's
like
down
a little lip flick.
Just,
like Kevin Hart talking about getting herpes from a homeless man.
I don't think I saw that one, or they all blended together.
Yeah, he tells a story about a homeless guy. You motherfucker. I hope that noise got picked up.
I hope so too. I'll do it a couple more times just in case.
All you're gonna be able to hear is my lip piercing smacking against my teeth and barely not chipping them.
Don't make that sound. That's a horrible. I hate that. Hold on. I'm gonna go turn the air purifier off. I don't want the air so pure.
You're sick of having just the cleanest oxygen?
Yeah.
You like your oxygen with a little bit of dirt and pollution in it?
Yeah.
I'm moving to beside a nuclear reactor for the same reason.
Nice.
I want my goats to have multiple heads.
I'm gonna come visit.
That's just good business practice. You get two for the cost of one.
I'm gonna come visit because my penis could be a little weirder.
Yeah.
Not so large. Like, large is fine. It just could use another head or two, maybe a lump.
One like halfway down the shaft. That way, when you're all the way in, you're still hitting the walls.
I'm tumored for your pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a Geiger counter. I'm gonna walk towards your place, and once it starts bipping, I'm just gonna get an erection.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna back away and let my erections get in the radius. You know?
It'll be like a dividing rod for radioactive sludge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of already like that. It just knows, you know? I get this
every time I go to the bar, I know who's been to Chernobyl.
Excuse me, my dick. It tingles.
Do you want to tell me something?
Do you have plutonium in your pocket?
Or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, boy.
Grindhouse Movie Club. Everybody.
Grindhouse Movie Club. Where we drink nothing but coffee first thing in the morning.
That's true. Lots of it this morning.
And you get... mouth sounds.
I realized recently that I'd been underestimating how fatigued just getting blast drunk makes me.
Oh, you shouldn't. That's bad for
this is
body.
This is like the most alert I've been on a Saturday in a minute.
Nice. And you probably saved like $30.
Roughly, probably. Yeah, I would estimate that much.
I don't know how much it costs for alcohol these days.
Well, it depends. Like if I'm on a mission, it's gonna be like 50.
Okay. And that gets you like 30
the
bottles of
I want.
Hi, cat.
30 bottles of what?
I don't know. What
for $50 you can't even get 30 White Claws.
Oh man, I don't understand. You used to be able to get so much for so little.
Yeah, well, we live in a shithead province where the liquor is government controlled. You know, you could drive for 6 hours east and just go to a convenience store and it's right there for you at like 7 a.m.
Grindhouse Movie Club. It's right there for you at 7 a.m.
That's true.
Like
that's
a bottle of
the new
liquor
tagline.
in where are we going? East?
In a Middle Eastern guy's store. It's not racist. It's just it happens to be objectively accurate.
Well, why does it feel that way?
That's not my fault. They found their trade.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, go to
I used to be a doctor back home. Yeah, well, I'm buying Gravol, so that counts.
It's like a pharmacist
Yeah.
deal, I guess. And then also, like, you get a soda there. Mm-hmm. Jesus. I got to get that out of my lungs. Can I just have that without it being tipped over, please?
What I'm gonna. Yeah. What is it with cats and just what's this thing on a table? I think it would be much better on the floor.
Smells like it's for me. I'm gonna put my snoot in it. Jesus. Go to grindhousemovie.club. That's our website.
It is.
It's totally there and not at all not there. It didn't go away for a short period of time and come back.
No, that never happened.
And it's
you experienced a Mandela effect if you tried to go to the website and it was missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a Halloween prank.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing in that 2-hour interim, but you shouldn't have been. You saw too much. You saw too much.
You peeled back the curtain and you saw the errors.
You saw the blank default page that would have been. Look, sometimes things get deleted.
Technology is difficult.
Yeah.
On occasion.
Yeah.
Right?
When you're looking at 2 pages of code, they blend together.
They sure do.
They blend together. And
just a bunch of semicolons and letters and numbers in random order.
Yeah.
And with brackets sometimes.
And when I say code, it's like bracket B bracket.
Fuck yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club /B bracket.
Yeah.
This is a website. Bracket. I forget the one for links because let me tell you, it just does that for you.
It's probably just http:// not dash. Sorry, forward slashes.
Something like that. I think there's like a bracket link bracket. Some sort
Remember
of.
when you had to type 3 W's into websites to get to them?
Yeah. Do you remember when in school that they insisted on writing that thing down too?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's www, big fucking idiots. Yeah, no wonder it's not showing up. Did you put W in there?
Have you ever used a computer before to access the internet? It's 3 W's in front and a period. Speaking of periods, what movie did we watch this week?
Just a quick note. I think if you put www. in front of grindhousemovie.club, it wouldn't work.
Really?
I don't think it would.
Oh shit, that's worth experimenting.
And
if you're at home, give it a shot.
Yeah.
On your own mobile browser there.
Let us know because it doesn't really help if you don't tell us what happens. Send us an email, grindhousemovieclub
at gmail.com.
Yeah, Grindhouse
sure
movie,
is. I almost said the password out of reflex just now. It would have upset a couple people.
Take the out of there because that's not part of the. I don't know how you spell that.
Just say the out loud.
Yeah,
it's like Stay Alive, where that's how you access the website. You have to say out loud.
There you go. So yeah, and then there's also if you want to see that video we were talking about, you're gonna have to be on Patreon.
Oh geez.
Because guess what? I'm not playing around with YouTube.
No,
I'm not gonna put it there.
It'll be up for a week, and the algorithm will scrub one fuck and be like, well, this is no good. Yeah. This is no good for anyone, especially not 14-year-olds.
I'm gonna cut it down to 2 minutes, all censors.
Yep.
But. Yeah,
and I just blast every website, every social media website with that exact same clip because fuck them.
Patreon.com/darkroastcult. Get everything early for $1 a month.
So cheap to get everything early.
Yeah, we're gonna
be ahead of the curve with your friends who are disgusted.
Yeah, and then share it with them too, because look, you're gonna. We don't care. But I don't think I can care. I don't think I can. I'm not coming to your house. I don't care.
I will.
Just go to Patreon.
I don't even knock. I'll just look for an open window and scream it into your face at 3 a.m.
And if you want that, then share your password.
Yeah.
Passwords. Share your passwords.
Yeah.
Unlike Netflix. All right. Okay. Well, all right. What movie did we do this week, by the way?
Well, we did Ginger Snaps. Now, there's a couple things I want to get out of the way early.
Okay.
Number one, this is Canadian film.
Oh, absolutely it is.
Right in Canada is where this film is
shot.
shot.
Right in Etobicoke.
That's a weird, I didn't know that.
Right in the GTA.
That's interesting to Etobicoke know.
Mm-hmm. And
that's about as much response as that deserved. Yeah. That noise. The writer, here's the problem.
Oh boy.
Phrasing is very important a lot of times. Now,
Okay.
this movie is about a 16 to 15-year-old girl who are in high school together as sisters, who are quite close in age, obviously, because they're 16 and 15. The writer, when he was talking about his vision for this film, he said two things. He wanted to make a metamorphosis horror movie, and he also wanted to work with young girls. I believe that to be a verbatim quote. All I'm saying is when you're doing your press junket, maybe rephrase the latter half of that sentence.
I'm in my head running it through. Like, how do you phrase that? You can't. There's no.
I would like to work with adults who are cast as young girls professionally.
Okay,
in the setting of shooting
right.
a film. Not, I just want to get close to kids.
Yeah, sure. So if you spin the sentence a little bit, but if you're just saying you want to work with kids, like how do you? Oh, I would like to work with some kids.
Yeah.
Those kids.
Unless you
Like,
operate a daycare, at which point you get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Nah. Nah. Who stars in this movie?
Well, we got Emily Perkins, my childhood crush.
I knew it. and
It's actually the fault of the sequel, not
and-
this one.
is she the one who is dressed like she's going to an Amish funeral all of the time?
That's correct.
Okay.
I mean, they kind of both are at the beginning. That
She's-
changes. You know, puberty really changes your entire wardrobe overnight. I don't know what that's about.
That's fair. That's fair.
And Catherine Isabel,
Catherine Isabel.
known for this, Freddy vs. Jason,
You're damn right.
and American Mary, all three of which we have now done for the podcast.
The Catherine Elizabeth Holy Trinity. We've completed the Trinity. The Freddy, the Jason, the American Mary.
That's
and
right.
The,
Now,
Ginger snaps.
yeah, a very bizarrely shaped god will be resurrected.
I don't know. There's a hand motion that goes with this.
Yeah, you're doing it.
So yeah, we've done did it. That's that.
Emily Perkins, actually older than Catherine Isabel in this movie,
Weird.
isn't it?
That's very weird.
She doesn't look it, does she?
She also-
Also, Emily Perkins was in Stephen King's It,
Sure.
the original from 1980.
Okay.
You know that movie about the book where there's a giant child orgy? Where there's a giant child orgy that no director will ever touch to make a movie about it?
Now,
They read the book, right, for the source material every time they make a Stephen King's It, and they get to that chapter and they go, "Oh, let's just flip. When does he come back like a monster?"
where's the spider? When did he come back as a big old spider?
Let's get back to the part with the deadlights.
Well, we can't just show that to the Swedish brother. I forget his name.
I don't remember either. Apparently, the orgy is what actually saves them from the monster. I've never read it. That's
Look,
my understanding, though.
I'm not gonna read it.
No.
And
I've
I
seen
know,
the 2 movies. Actually, I've seen 4 movies about it.
Sure. I don't think I saw the first one. But that's
I would
all
say
right.
in a lot of ways it's better.
It probably is.
I mean, you got Tim Curry right there.
Oh,
you know.
love me some Tim Curry.
How don't you?
Did you know that he was in Fern Gully?
Yes.
He was Hexus right there in Fern Gully.
I did know that he was in. I didn't know what character he played, but I did know he
God
was
damn,
in there.
Fern Gully's a good movie. We should
Tim-
do Fern Gully.
Is Tim Curry still alive?
No. Hold on. I said no pretty quickly.
It might be worth a fact check.
The last time I saw him, he did not look. Tim Curry.
Dude, Bob Barker's like 103.
Tim Curry. No, he's 77.
Oh shit, still kicking.
I take that no back.
Frankenfurter.
No,
Slinging that Frankenfurter around well into elderly age.
we're not in. We don't like
that
that.
geriatric
We don't-
Frankenfurter.
we don't-
Both. He's got
we
2
don't-
dicks.
No, that movie's not a. We don't like that one.
No,
That's,
I don't. I'm sorry to
that
anybody
movie's
who
not
likes
a good movie.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show
No,
and Nightmare
bad-
Before Christmas.
Bad movie.
I apologize, but your taste needs changing.
Sorry, you like the movie where the rape happens? You like that? That's what you like in your films?
Is
Oh.
there?
There's
yeah,
2
I
of
guess
them.
it does count.
There's
as,
double.
Yeah. Because when
Yeah.
you sneak in and wake somebody up and pretend to be their wife, I guess that's technically
Yeah.
that's the old Houdini, I think they call it.
Well, it's pretty terrible Houdini when you reach back there and there's not flaps.
There's a fucking funny ass. So I went and saw Penn and Teller
Yeah, you
perform
did.
live last weekend.
Hell yeah.
It was sick. I'm not going to give any of their tricks away. I don't mean the solutions, I mean the tricks, period. Because I don't know how repetitive their performance is, and I wouldn't want to spoil it for any true Penn and Teller fans who are actually going to go see them live, because they are very impressive live.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't be able to do it justice.
No, their intro trick is actually 3 tricks at once.
I like it.
With random audience members and shit.
Okay.
It's all sick. Anyway, I told one of my coworkers this, and his response was, the last magic trick that I experienced was when my uncle came in and took my pants off.
It's not a trick.
And I responded with, well, my dad just disappeared. It's a kind of trick.
It's an illusion. He was never there. Smoke and mirrors.
No, he wasn't.
What's that ghost that's like a mirror and a projection piece of glass? He was one of those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he was a candle. He was a trick of a candlelight shadow.
Yeah.
Which that's a dual joke because he's also quite black.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Grindhouse Movie Club, this week we did Ginger Snaps.
I didn't say none of that.
The last thing that I wanted to bring up before delving into this movie is that I'll just do it with you got 2 sentences or less for this?
Yeah, I do.
What are they?
2 young ladies.
Oh, already I'm in.
Learn about their developing bodies and what a dead dog looks like.
Like 3 times they learn that.
They learn about their periods and how to identify a dead dog.
You would think it would be pretty easy to identify a dead dog when its guts are splayed out over like a 5-foot radius.
Yeah, no, nobody in Etobicoke can identify a dead dog on sight anyway. They really need to look at it for quite some time before they realize what they're looking at.
They got to traipse around it. They got to let kids near it.
Yeah.
I either that or Etobicoke is so full of stray dogs that when a dead one pops up, they're like, yeah, that's a Monday.
That dog's just sleeping so hard his guts are everywhere. That dog's sleeping so hard its eyes are wide open and its face looks like it's being murdered. It's frozen in fear. Yeah, he's good napping dog there.
That dog's got barcolepsy.
Oh, shit.
That's my best one all week.
That's a fucking, that's a good one. All right, well, that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
There's nothing good that's going to happen after that.
I have 2 sets of 2 sentences or less to summarize this. 2 of my ex-girlfriends get attacked by a dog in the woods and then show up with shovels to beat me over the head about a young girl's changing body. Because the metaphor, she gets bit by a werewolf and changes into a werewolf slowly at the exact same time she gets her first period. You can't be more on the nose about that. No. They even both include blood. The other 2 sentences or less is Ginger gets her pee and then wants one in the V.
Because she's a developing lady.
Yeah, she fucking the first thing she's like, well, I gotta fuck now, I guess. Guess I'm just stuck with fucking.
Well, blood's coming out of there. We better plug that.
Yeah, the tampon's obviously not working. I need something thicker and warmer.
We better plug that dyke up. Is what I say.
I mean, if these 2 weren't siblings, I would make some assumptions about the nature of their relationship.
Yeah, they're close. They're siblings that are far too close. They're blood sisters.
The first scene in this movie is probably the most annoying scene in the movie. Actually, no, it's the second most. It's a kid playing in a sandbox and the mom's fucking raking leaves. Now, this is the most neglectful mother on the face of the earth. Number 1, because she didn't check the sandbox that's just left out in the wide open, where in a neighborhood where dogs are dying nightly. So here's my 4-year-old uncovering a whole severed arm. You can just have that.
Oh, yeah. Here's my dumb kid who's going to dig up a dead dog.
Yeah. The second that anything moist touches his fingers, he's like, better put that in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. What's this, red? I better make sure that's all over my face.
Yeah. I really like that color. This kid's on the spectrum.
Yeah. I know what a dog is, and this is a dog's paw, but I'm going to go ahead. Let me not tell anybody about this and just continue to dig.
Fine.
I got a deadline.
He's got a deadline, all right. This is my favorite child actor in any movie because he has no lines whatsoever.
And all he has to do is look at a dead dog's foot.
Yeah, and then be scared. This mom, however, you're raking leaves in your backyard. You didn't see the dog corpse all over half of the backyard?
And okay, let's be clear. This isn't a dead dog. This dog is eviscerated. This dog is in half. This dog's guts are sprayed.
If later on in the movie they hadn't said dogs are being killed, I wouldn't have been able to identify the animal.
Yeah.
This is a pile of guts and hair.
Yeah, it's at least a dingo. No, yeah, it's like the door to the enclosure. First of all, this enclosure is so cruel. It's a doghouse with a cage around it.
Yeah, a chain link fence that he can't jump, and like a too small doghouse for the dog.
Oh yeah.
Now it may have looked bigger because it was everywhere.
The dog definitely seemed like it was a lot bigger the way it was, you know? The way it was just everywhere all at once.
But, like, she has to go all the way over to 5 feet in front of the doghouse, which is basically where the dead dog is, in order to see any of the blood, guts, and dog that's all over the place.
Now, Jay, I'm not a dog person.
Okay.
But
I am.
On sight, I can identify a dead dog. It doesn't take more than a glance for me. I know what a dead dog is probably going to look. I've never seen
driven by plenty of them on the highway.
Hey, that's sometimes they go there. I don't know why.
They shouldn't. They
love chasing cars.
Yeah.
What can you do? But yeah, you throw me in a room with a dead dog, and I'm gonna be like, it's right there. You know?
Yeah.
Like
immediately. I wouldn't even have to go into the backyard. I could just peer over the fence.
Yeah.
That looks like a pile of dog.
I'm not gonna
a heap of dog.
I'm not gonna start raking when I suspect like my dog.
Yeah.
First of all, their dog.
Yes.
And it didn't come in for breakfast. It didn't bark this morning. It didn't
even hang out with the kid in the sandbox while you're playing outside.
Yeah, it just laid there.
Yeah.
Like a pile of dog, you know? What a lazy piece of shit.
And you'd be able to tell if it was breathing or not because its lungs are visible.
Yeah. And also, like, when you walk into, like, a butcher shop...
There's an aroma?
There is an aroma.
What's that aroma of?
Meat. Meat.
Just meat out.
Meat and death.
In the sun.
Yeah. You telling me that's not a cooking dog there?
You can't smell that inside?
First of all, like, look at the dog. You're telling me whatever happened to that was silent? You're telling me a dog didn't make a fucking peep?
When it was getting its everything ripped out of its everything? Yeah.
Like, bring your dogs inside, especially when you know that there's something out there killing dogs.
Don't put your dog in the doghouse separated by very, very thin metal.
Don't just put a fence that's honestly cruel around the dog. It's so little space for your dog.
It is just like a 6-inch fucking square spread on this across the doghouse fence.
Maybe the dog was better off being torn apart.
Maybe the dog attacks. So this mom has a fucking panic attack in front of a bunch of kids playing field hockey, and they care not at all.
They actually laugh at her.
She's like sobbing on her knees with a child in her hands. They're like, "Oh, this road hockey game's we're tied though.
Game on.
Ma'am, I'm sorry." And then we got this fat kid that obviously isn't allowed to play, but dresses as a goalie anyway and just hangs out the driveway of his own house, antagonizing his own dog.
Yeah, again, like, if you're gonna treat your dog like that, this kind of thing is gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's like trying to get it to bite the hockey stick, and when it does, it just hangs there. It's a whole thing.
Dangles the fucking. This dog also, I can't remember. I think there's another movie with a dog that looks like that one. I wondered if it was the same.
I wrote, a depressed theater student opens her garage door and carries out a torch, gas, and electric hedge trimmer.
Hilarious that you said a depressed theater student.
Well,
that's exactly how Brigitte is dressed.
Emily Perkins.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah?
It is.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. They all look the same to me.
These two chicks for half this movie dress like Nightmare Before Christmas is their favorite movie.
They dress like they just like it's like, oh, what's this black burlap? Let's wrap ourselves in it. What's this?
I wear short sleeve shirts under long sleeve shirts under short sleeve shirts and a sweater.
Yeah, and all of it
black as night,
black and modest as hell.
Yeah, Mormons,
so fucking modest.
Oh.
Buttoned all the way up.
I will not show skin at this high school.
I got a fucking skirt, but you know there's 8 layers of tights under there because it's modest.
This movie takes place in a town called Bailey Downs, which sounds like a very rude name you would give somebody who had a mental deficiency.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And if you want to picture it in your head, picture the GTA.
Yeah, go right ahead because that's where it is.
Miles of rows of houses that all look the same.
They do, yeah.
And then in the distance, you can see tall things.
There's a throwaway line about how all the streets end in dead ends, which is just accurate.
Yeah.
That's just, you just brought in reality there.
Just picture gray. Everything is gray. I don't think the sun comes out once in this film, which is cool because it probably made it pretty easy to film.
On the trivia page, it said actually that a lot of the scenes that were shot during the day had to be shot at night. And so they had these giant fucking floodlights with insane wattage that could be seen from airplanes.
Nice.
Which, I mean, it sounds like a radar hazard.
It really does. Now I kind of want to go back and watch it to see if you can notice.
I want to say the park scene. Once Jason gets like all fucked up.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I think.
Well, I mean, go back and watch.
Yeah. Figure out which ones are shot for day.
So yeah, Emily Perkins comes out of her garage just carrying a bunch of I'm gonna say shit.
It is
a bunch of junk.
Yeah, she's holding a garage sale,
and she kind of like looks around and is like, "Ooh, yeah, let me absorb the sadness because that's
my personality." Yeah,
I need to do this stare of not anger or annoyance or disgust, but like,
yeah, give me another reason to look morose all the time.
There you go. Like she's grumpy that there's other people around.
Grumpy. She's not even the one who gets her period. She just behaves like she has it constantly.
And she has like this look where it's like, I can't believe that anything is happening. Are you serious right now forever?
Emily Perkins' favorite thing to do when she's scared is to lift her chin up a little bit and then widen only the top half of her eyes.
There you go. At one point I wrote that her posture was going goblin mode. It's not good. It's not good posture, Jay.
No, it's not. I had a friend in high school who used to essentially stand and walk exactly like that.
This girl needs special shoes to fix that.
One of them larger than the other.
I'm pretty sure she's wearing them in this film. She wears those shoes that
she
are
wears
like
these clumpy ass fucking platforms all movie.
There you go. Yeah. Picture something from the 1980s that a goth would wear, and you. but then also like a goth who's got an Amish funeral to get to.
Yeah, we can't go all the way. We can't Kat Von D it for my aunt's wake.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, we're seeing Depeche Mode later, but come on.
Yeah,
Grandma's dead. Be respectful. Be more modest if you could.
Walks just back into the house after doing nothing with all of those hand tools that there's no way she knows how to operate.
Oh yeah, what do you? First of all, it's a blowtorch and gasoline. What the fuck are you doing?
What indeed? And then also hedge clippers. Really just hates those hedges.
Oh God,
I want them gone.
I'm gonna eviscerate them.
I want them and the neighborhood gone tonight.
I want them gone and their family destroyed.
Fucking take them to the root. Walks in on her sister, just who's Ginger.
Ginger.
You know, this movie, the movie's title is a double pun because there's a character named Ginger, and she definitely does indeed snap.
And then also there's a delicious cookie.
Yeah. Neither of those things have to do with werewolves, though. Hey, Ginger, yeah!
We got the ginger...
What are we drinking today? Gingerbread oat chai lattes.
Wow, what an occasion. You guys, I hope everybody at home is taking a big sip of coffee and pretending that it's this.
Yeah.
Don't like, get it if you're going for it. But...
I would definitely recommend getting gingerbread and brown sugar for your at-home coffee.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, but don't go run out right now. You're probably sitting down.
Wait about 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Put it on the grocery list.
On the fridge there.
Anyway,
with your little Tony the Tiger magnet. I have a chip holder with a magnet that's Tony the Tiger.
I like that.
I haven't seen a Cheeto in about 10 years.
But when you do...
I'm off the wagon.
Well,
or is it on? I watch too much Seinfeld, and I don't know if it's on or off the wagon when you're still addicted.
So I think when it's on the wagon when you are... when you're
sober.
Yeah, and then...
Okay.
And you get off the wagon...
Because everybody's on it sober and you're sick of playing bridge.
Yeah, you want to throw some bottles.
During this Oregon Trail trip.
You want to throw bottles at the wagon.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Did you mean to do the gingerbread? Was this
no, it wasn't a conscious choice.
Love it.
These are Starbucks drinks, and it's very difficult to find a delicious Starbucks hot drink. But it's like -3 outside, and I was like, fucking iced coffee can blow today.
Yeah. Oh, no, this was a good choice. All the holiday ones are great. I don't care what anybody says.
All right. I was really banking on your I'll drink anything caffeinated attitude with that one because I tasted it as like, oh, this is quite sweet. I don't know.
I'll drink anything caffeinated.
Yeah,
it's
see,
fine.
There it is, right there, verbatim and naturally. He'll drink anything caffeinated.
Like I go down to the poop deli.
Yeah, you just trickle a shot of espresso in that.
Yeah. I get my bagel, I get my half-pound poop, and then I just get a coffee, a little bit of poop on top.
Yeah.
I'll drink it. It's fine. It's
I mean,
caffeinated.
chocolate's chocolate.
Yeah.
It's just a little darker.
Mocha? No. No.
But enough about my race.
Jesus. So we just fucking look.
Her sister's fucking around pretending to cut her wrist, or thinking about it at least, and then she goes, and this is why I love this movie. There's a couple reasons, but she goes, ugh, fuck. Wrists are for girls. I'm slitting my throat. Yeah, that's commitment.
Hey,
that's what I like to see.
Put on a little show.
You know?
A little razzle-dazzle.
Give somebody
suicide.
some cleanup to remember you by.
Look, their mom in this movie is like, I feel like she doesn't understand why her daughters are like this.
Mm-hmm.
You put them in the basement.
You put them in the basement.
You put two girls in the basement, and this is what happens.
And their bedroom looks like a mental institution room, all the way down to the lights that are affixed to the brick wall, and you turn them on with a button, and the beds themselves look like they were ripped right out of the infirmary of like a tuberculosis wing.
And like,
it's just steel frame with that shitty like chain-linked garbage for a box spring, and then just straight mattress. And then Ginger's wondering why her fucking back hurts in class.
They're one curtain away from an asylum.
That's right.
One curtain down between the two of them, and like two straps to hold their arms down when they go wild.
When you're taking post-mortem photography for your class, which is surprisingly well received by the students, you gotta really, it's like method acting. You gotta make sure you're existing in the setting of, death and disgustingness.
What was the thing?
That's helpful.
So she's like, when they take the first picture when she's impaled on the fence.
Yeah.
What was the
I
thing?
can see your gaunch.
Yeah. So Jay,
now
what the fuck?
Let me set the scene here.
Okay.
We're taking post-mortem photographs for this PowerPoint presentation that we're going to use to alienate ourselves from our classmates for the rest of our graduating year. And it's not even because they're 16 and 15, so they're stuck with being bullied. Like, when I was in high school, if I had brought in a slideshow of images of my death creatively over and over again, I would probably get bullied until I did it for real.
And by the way, this project they're doing is for a project called Life in Bailey Downs.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
It's we should put that when, they do those, golf meeting timeshare advertisements for like why you should put your business in this location, and then just this
Bailey
in a flip
Downs.
book handed out to every single investor.
A great place to die.
Over and over, repeatedly.
Do you have a favorite? First of all, wait, hold on. Let's get back to it. What's a gaunch? What is a gaunch?
So this particular photograph, Ginger is sort of splayed out over two fence posts. And they've attached the top of the fence post, so it looks like she's being impaled by the two of them. Now, she is in a school. I don't know what it is with wearing the school uniform that is a skirt and like a sweater vest outside of school, but they insist on having these skirts on almost constantly. Anyway,
I think it's more of like a goth girl thing.
Maybe
It's like a 90s. Hey, this
is what they looked like. And now, again,
skirt.
The reason why I said two of my ex-girlfriends is because these people are the ones that I have, will, and did, and do hang out with on a regular basis. I have regulars in my life who were like this when they were 16. So based on the positioning, because like she's sort of dangling, but her feet are still touching the ground, I assume the gaunch is a visible pubic mound through a thin skirt. That's because it's not a short skirt. Like, it goes down to her knees. So you're seeing a shelf or nothing else.
I thought it because part of her.
We should know this slang. This shit was shot 2 hours away from us.
Gaunch. I'm assuming it's like sort of like an underwear type deal. Because
you put it to your ear and you can hear the ocean. What?
I think I might have spelt it wrong because I'm getting pictures of huge fish.
That's what she was referencing. You smuggling a salmon in there? Mackerel? Walleye?
Gaunch.
Urban
Alberta.
Dictionary that.
Men's brief style underwear.
Oh, okay, so she's just wearing fucking guy's jock.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it's sticking out of the bottom a little bit, and it's like a. Why am I describing a 16-year-old girl's underwear? Why? Why am I doing that? Let's not do that any further. But you see it.
For once, I am not the one making creepy comments about minors on the podcast. Fuck yeah.
I literally had this playing before you came over is the only reason I know this.
Sick.
Let's get out of here. Let's leave. I'm sad I even asked what a gaunch was, to be honest.
Oh my god.
Now we know.
So the opening scene is like some pretty cool various methods of death and demise while the credits are rolling. As to my favorite, that's a toughie. Boy, oh boy. There were a couple. One of them reminded me of the fucking bound woman from 13 Ghosts. You remember that bitch?
I think so.
She was the one that like jiggled all around like she was having an epileptic fit the whole time.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
I would say my favorite one is Emily Perkins at the bottom of the stairs because for some reason she has one singular polio brace on her leg.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's there.
Yeah.
Like she had a hard time with her polio.
I guess so, eh?
Scarlett took a tumble down the stairs there.
Scarlett took a tumble down into the iron lung.
What was yours?
I think the lawnmower.
Lawnmower was good too.
There was a tea party.
Yeah, poison tea party. You get they're like pouring arsenic into the cups or something.
Something like that.
Like I said, this slideshow is surprisingly well received by a class full of weirdo jocks that aren't quite jocks, but they certainly have the toxic masculine attitude of jocks.
Oh yeah, these jocks want to do unspeakable things to these young ladies.
That's true.
And they say things throughout the film that leads you to believe that.
For example, cut straight after a teacher is visibly distressed, rightfully so, because if that's your project, what's going on at home? I'm just curious.
Well, their bedroom is the basement. That's what's going on at home.
Their bedroom is the basement of a derelict asylum.
Okay, Jay?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Not only is it a basement, and this has to be a very, I don't know. It's an unfinished basement. Why is every basement in the greater Toronto area, all the way down to where we are, unfinished? I don't remember seeing a finished basement. When's the last time you've seen a finished basement?
Mine.
No.
It was, though.
Your the room with your drums in it did not have drywall, did it not?
It did.
Did it?
Yeah. I had the drums before it got finished, but it did indeed. I lived down there, bro. It was,
Maybe
tile,
I'm picturing it differently.
had its own bathroom, and then probably what you're picturing is the laundry room that was just concrete floor. And
I think that's what I'm
a
picturing.
very large native Canadian friend who projectile vomited into my laundry tub once at a party.
Well, I'm glad I never did my laundry in that. First of all, who does their laundry in that tub?
Nobody does laundry in the tub. The tub is entirely for drainage of the laundry machine.
Well, why wouldn't you just have that hose go somewhere else, you know?
Like where?
Well, I'm not inspecting the water before it goes down the drain. I don't care. Put that hose into the drain.
Oh, yeah, like the floor drain? Because that's how you get a sudsy floor. Is that what you crave?
That's what I yearn for.
Yeah. Teacher upset, and then just cut straight to field hockey gym class, where, despite not being in the class at all, 3 guys can sit on the bleachers and catcall at young girls. And the problem with, the problem with male gaze, all right?
And like Gaize?
No I. You got the rest
Woo!
right. Yeah. You might be thinking male maize, which is corn.
And you know I am. Fucking.
The problem with male gaze is that you can have it as a character in your movie, because like this guy's obviously like he's one breath shy of salivating over these girls that are dressed for Halloween weather. The problem, though, is it kind of gets defeated when you're making him look like a pig when the next shot is slow motion minor asses in tight yoga pants, bent over for way too long. Starts to seem like a self-insert by the director. He's the same guy that said he wanted to work with young girls.
Now, the sport they're playing is lacrosse, and
they're playing field hockey. They say it. I thought lacrosse too.
No, is it? Then I don't know what the fuck field hockey is. Because it looks exactly like lacrosse, Jay.
If you look, their sticks don't have nets on the end. That's the only difference.
I thought that was highlight, and
highlight is a woven basket and a curve. All these dumb sports are the fucking same. The only difference is the material used. All right? Either way, you're throwing a ball at a high velocity at somebody who's going to get smoked in the head with it.
Fine. Field hockey is dumb.
It sure is.
It's dumb.
But this is a Canadian movie, so we have to have two kinds of hockey in it.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I remember my high school, I feel like there was a field hockey team, and I never really thought about it.
No.
Is it seriously just fucking, it's just hockey sticks in the dirt, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus. And these two girls are just going to stand there and discreetly smoke on the field?
Not even discreetly. Smoke right out in the open in broad fucking daylight, and all they do is turn their backs for 10 seconds to the one teacher who cares, and she doesn't.
Yeah, they basically, like, they almost take their, like, many cardigans like a vampire's cape and just kind of hide behind it.
They Dracula cough while they're smoking. Okay.
Oh, my bad. I tried to put my foot out. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter if they're smoking. It's not like this teacher's going to notice. She didn't even notice the huge, big, monstrous, right in the center of the field, dead dog.
Yeah.
It's there.
So we have the stereotypical hot cheerleader bully.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And they get into a series of fights because we like to play a game called Search and Destroy, a game that I'm a little bit familiar with personally. Which has to do with you just pick a person at random and just describe their death as gruesomely as possible. Is this a real game? I mean, it's not called Search and Destroy, but I don't think we ever came up with a name for it. We just played it. How's that person die? You're on the bus.
Well, they can hear you.
And so does this girl whose name is Trina.
Oh,
and she decides that that's going to be the catalyst for me stick-checking teenage girls in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. You notice that she fucking knocks people down 1,000,000 times in this movie and she never gets in trouble from teachers. But the second that Ginger throws a punch, it's principal time.
Right?
Fuckers. Discrimination.
It is. Yeah, so they're talking to her like, hey, so she died. How do they say she dies? It's something dumb. I don't even think I wrote it down.
I don't remember. All I remember from that is Bridget's description of her, which, once again, another reason why I love this movie. Cum buckety. Cum buckety.
Oh my!
Not literally a cum bucket. Just wet enough to be one.
Oh my god. Just wet enough. Filled to the brim cum buckety.
Overflowing.
Yeah, I didn't write down what they were saying, but some girl overhears them and like rats on them.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Because you could see like over their shoulder, the girl's like, oh shit.
Jeez.
I shouldn't be hearing this, but I am.
I'm telling.
I'm going to go tell what's her face.
So in retribution, Trina knocks Bridget into a dead dog. Now, this scene has been going on for a minute. They've been outside playing field hockey for quite some time.
School has been...
We're at least 2 classes deep.
Yeah.
And at no point does this kindly Korean janitor go outside and go, I should probably clean that up before gym starts. I should probably clean that mess up as is my job.
Oh, field hockey's not today. I'll get to it.
Whoops. And then, let's cart all the kids out and just make no mention. We're playing field hockey around a dead dog.
It's in the middle of the field.
And, Trina looks like she was planning out this hip check, which means that she probably knew there was a dead dog there, and so did everyone else. And we're just fine with that.
Well, yeah.
It's like a natural obstacle that you got to work around. You're working on your footwork.
It probably looked like a pile of leaves to a lot of people till they got up close.
Is everybody in Bailey Downs blind?
Well, that's what I'm saying, because this is not... more than one time where a dead dog is within feet of you and you've been there for a minute.
Yeah.
Doing work.
And you just go, I mean.
Haven't seen my dog in a minute.
I like Bridget's response to getting knocked face and hand first into dog guts. Like it made her late for work. Like she's stuck in traffic. Terrific.
Can you believe this?
And I'm almost on empty.
And it's a Monday. Yeah. Cumbuckety date bait. There it is.
So this janitor is just trying to give her some fucking rags in the locker room so she could clean the bacteria-riddled dog guts and blood off of her face. And immediately Ginger's like, he's trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
That kindly Asian janitor that's nothing but nice and helpful.
Fucking.
He really gets a bad rap this whole movie.
You can't help her without looking down her top.
Are you sure?
Well, he couldn't.
Neither of these kids have hit puberty yet, so there's no way there's tits involved.
That's not. I don't know. That's what she says.
It is.
She says that he's looking. Don't say I'm looking down, Jay. Look. We're not gonna. I didn't look. I didn't do shit.
Oh shit.
The
whole scene, the point is that Ginger has one job. We glossed over the fact that these sisters made a blood pact to die together at 8 years old. I don't think there's enough SSRIs to fix that problem.
Again, like, don't look if you have kids, don't put their don't put the bedroom in the basement.
No, and like the mom, I can't tell if she's a good or a bad mom because she's clearly pretty absent and disappointed that her children aren't as interested in monk's hood crafting as she is, creating weird Thanksgiving wreaths out of fucking dried flowers.
She's a bad mom.
But then also covers up a murder.
Okay, she's a good mom.
You know?
She can't.
There's good and bad to this mom.
She saw the fingers, and then she's like, well, I gotta put these in a Tupperware container and put them in the fridge.
What else would I do?
Keep them fresh for my girls.
And then, I mean, the dad is worse anyway. The dad doesn't interact with these kids at one point in the movie. Except for,
is
like...
there a dad in the... I didn't remember there being a dad in the movie.
No, his job is to have a meaningful look over the dinner table while he mouths a chicken wing. That's all he does the whole movie. Fucking loves
good chicken
fall
wings,
off the bone chicken wings.
Oh fuck. Yeah. So I wrote, how was an entire gym class taken place with a dead dog on the field?
Yep, because that's a great question. That's like the biggest hole in the entire movie. They had to have the dead dog scene, so we're just gonna pretend like it just magically appeared, or that everybody is just blind as a bat. This movie's about werewolves. That's too many cryptids.
Yeah. This is
fucking.
This is where they Ginger's like, yo, I'll beat the hell out of her for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some terrible shit.
You had one job and you already failed at it because Bridget got pushed into a dog's butt.
Right into that anus.
It's wide open butt, like a hyena got at it recently.
Right into its fucking butt.
That's it. That's the locker room scene, and then right away we go back outside where we meet a man. Well, we don't meet a man as much as we do his sweet ride.
Oh yeah.
A guy who is the only person with a driver's license within this high school radius shows up blasting Glassjaw. Now, let me tell you right now, it's been years since I've seen this movie. I heard Siberian Kiss, and I immediately knew what song it was. I heard 5 seconds, I was like, that's Glassjaw. Interesting. I don't think Glassjaw is a Canadian band, but if they are, I'm impressed.
I have no idea.
Post-hardcore. It's a very good band. Daryl Palumbo, who has Crohn's disease. Which is such a... Like, how are you supposed to tour for like 3 months when you're just shitting on a dime?
Well, I mean, you keep a toilet nearby. You keep that thing on you. That's for sure.
You treat it like a stage performance.
G.G. Allen.
Yeah.
So...
You know, there's a video of him stuffing a whole banana in his asshole on stage.
And it didn't
And then
mush?
he pulls it back out.
And it didn't mush.
Oh, it mushed. He just didn't care. He was going to get that in there whether they liked it or not. Nobody liked it.
Nobody was egging it. Well, I'm sure that... What the hell was that?
Oh, ghosts. We're doing
Love
Ginger Snaps. It's ghost time.
So...
Glass John, the drug dealer van. Obviously, the older guy who hangs around the high school for a particular brand of daddy issue riddled teen who just got their third period also sells weed.
Of course.
Sells weed out of a van. Did you catch the name of this company van on the side of it?
No, I didn't.
Let me see if I can find it here. I may have written it in all caps. Just give me a quick second. We're gonna find it eventually, all right? And then I'll point it out then. It's a fucking tongue-in-cheek weed joke, I'll tell you that.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It was always really faded, and I was like, that's probably just a business name. They wouldn't do that.
So again, with the stereotypical cheerleader, Trina is all about this bad boy guy that rocks up in metal music and drives his dad's fucking work van and hangs around the high school despite being too old to attend it. We'll circle back to that point.
Absolutely. How about the dude just buying nugs?
Yeah.
Just right there. Nugs. I just wanted to point out a guy. There's a drug deal happens.
Does he call them nugs, or is he just purchasing them?
Well, I wrote the word nugs down and underlined it.
Okay.
So what's that mean to you?
Why, that they were present at least.
I'm just going by the notes and
yeah. Anyway, she's like, "Call me," and he's like, "Yeah." Peace. Just like that.
Takes a minute to check out somebody. I don't know, Ginger. I guess
he's not checking out Ginger.
No,
he makes it pretty clear later on.
He's checking out the homely one with the 1,000-yard Frankenstein stare.
And who is younger? And who is the younger of the two of them?
The most frowny of the two.
Yeah, I don't think this fucking Bridget smiles like twice, and one of them's fake.
Well, first of all, Bridget looks like somebody threw a bucket of water on her. And she's reacting to that.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Yeah, it's like a little bit too chilly for getting the Gatorade dumped on me after we win a game.
Yeah, but she's fine because she's wearing several layers of tweed.
Yeah. Tweed specifically. Man, these chicks are just sweaty in the winter.
I don't want to talk about that.
Dinner time now. When, and this is a question I'm asking you, when has sharing a dinner table with your family ever been comfortable, let alone when you're a teenager? No adolescent wants to sit at the quiet dinner table and discuss with a mom that says things like immaculate before dinner time when talking about cleaning the kitchen.
Yeah, she really seems like the kind of mom who's always wearing like one of those aprons with the frills.
You know that Chris Fleming sketch where I can't remember the name of it, but he's pretending to be like a vacuum mom, I think it's called, or something?
Yeah.
And it's just like fucking nobody touch the throw pillows. We can't let people know that we sit.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's this mom. This mom's constantly prepared for neighbors coming over for a barbecue.
She's constantly prepared for an open house.
Yeah.
Always. At the drop of a hat. Oh, we're selling?
Good.
Doesn't look like anybody fucking lives here anyway.
I'm ready. This is a model home. None of this furniture belongs to me.
Finally, pull up the plastic. This is what I've been preparing for. Yeah, so it's that kind of mom. If you need to picture that kind of mom.
Mm-hmm.
A dad. You could just picture like Matthew Lillard as an old man there, and he's just eating chicken wings. And then picture two like young, picture these two girls, and they're just like sad.
Yeah, they're sad and they're just picking at the food because clearly by their weight, neither of them eat ever.
And when they do eat, it's
people.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's the blood of the innocent.
Yeah,
is what they feast on. So
we get just enough information about the nature of this mother and father to know that it doesn't matter that they're here, because it really doesn't.
Not really, no.
All that we know is that they're in couples counseling. So this is a great home.
Right, yeah.
Certainly explains a lot.
Yeah, they got their counseling like tonight.
And every single conversation between mom and dad, I didn't even write their names down. You can tell that this guy just is so accustomed to getting steamrolled over that he just doesn't bother participating anymore. Every time he brings something up out of concern, she's like, fucking just chill. You're a guy with a dick and balls. How would you know?
Just relax on it.
Relax your dick and balls and let the pussies handle it. They found me.
Sounded like a police chase.
Last night, fucking 1 a.m., guess who's doing burnouts on the street right in front of my apartment? All of London. Every single person in the city. It went on for like an hour.
There was probably a street race.
I hate it.
I love it.
Fuck.
That's the nightlife around here. It's
crime.
Cars that sound like they pop when they drive, and then literal crime.
Being unable to discern a vehicle backfiring from the actual gunshots.
Yeah.
London, Ontario.
Sometimes they go hand in hand. Sometimes one covers up the other.
That's true. That actually is a decent strategy. It's like, okay, I'm going to commit this murder. Rev the engine. I'll never be able to know the difference.
All right. We need the most dumbest car we can get.
Yeah.
Where's Josh?
Japanese characters on the side for livery, and it just says something in Japanese, literally.
My favorite one's there's a car that's like half black, half white that drives around.
Oh, so a police car.
No, it's like split down the it's vertically.
Like at the belt line? Okay.
No, down the
halfway down the doors?
Yeah, like passenger side's white, driver side's black.
Oh, I don't like that.
You don't?
I don't like that Beetlejuice ass car.
What if I told you the license plate?
Oh!
And now I'm going to cut that out because I feel like that's illegal to say.
You may have doxed them.
I may have.
Shout out to my friend Nick. You know why.
Should I be worried?
He got a vanity plate recently I'm very impressed by. He doesn't care. It says deadest.
I love it. I love it.
He's being accosted by police officers now when he drives.
Did they have to use like a special reason to get that?
No. The way the DMV works is that if the person trying to register the plate, like across the desk, can't think of anything vulgar about it, they're just like, fine. But it's like entirely subjective. So like somebody could be like, well, my last name is Dingle and I would like that. Not too close to dick.
When I think of Dingle, I think of little penises. And
little one specific.
I'm not going to drive around and fucking think about that all day.
Oh, neither should you, looking at your car like that.
I don't want to think about little penises.
Now I am.
Thank you so much. At the dinner table. This is great fucking talk here.
Let's go.
Ginger's like, my back.
Oh, you must be getting your dirty little period, huh, my daughter? You must be bleeding down your fucking inside thighs, huh? Be sure to come to me and talk to me about it.
Now let me chew my food while we talk. Dinner talk.
Delicious.
Dad's over there just chicken falling out of his mouth. Mom's like, yeah, you're a lady with your guts coming out like that. Yeah? You're just becoming a lady.
Most disrespectful statement ever said about women.
You've got pubic hair growing out of your vagina now.
Yeah.
As we eat dinner.
I feel like later on in the movie they should have been more specific about where the hair was coming from.
Yeah.
Don't just say I have hair where I didn't before during a conversation about my body developing. Probably say the scratches on my shoulder have hair in them.
This film would have made more sense if they were homeschooled. They really,
even their attitudes.
They look like they're homeschooled. Yeah. They
look like they've been sheltered from malls.
They do. They look like two Amish kids that they just picked up out of the field and were like, "Here, you're going to high school now."
TV is the devil. Enjoy Bailey Downs.
They for some reason I don't know if we mentioned it, but Emily Perkins skipped a grade.
Yeah.
So that explains why she's in all the same classes as her sister.
She's quite smart.
Because you know how that happens.
It does when you're smart.
Oh, I mean more or less getting the same class.
Oh, just lucking out like that?
Yeah.
Given, once again, the nature of their relationship, I kind of feel like a request was made.
Right.
Like when they get up from the dinner table, they get up together and the mom has like one-off lines. You're not chained to her hip. Yeah, she kind of is, though. She kind of certainly behaves like she is all movie.
Yeah, you might as well be.
Yeah.
You might as well have just sewn them together or popped them out conjoined. Like, they might as well be. They might as well be that sister with the, that sister with the two heads.
Well, that one.
That one sister with the two heads.
That sister.
Remember that picture?
Which one?
The one with the 3 heads. You know the one?
One of them didn't have eyes. But there was a mouth. Oh boy, oh boy.
It really spat when it talked. So yeah, I don't know. At some point, Mom's like, just go. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's because they're like, it's maybe I've got spine cancer, Mom.
Yeah, maybe I've got right over the dinner table. Maybe I'm terminally ill with tuberculosis.
Enjoy your chicken wings. Tuberculosis. And there's like another one. She says some other like terrible spine thing.
Yeah,
and then
I know, fucking just back issues. Just they fuse together or some shit.
Yeah. And then Mom blames the dad that they're like this.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's just eating chicken.
He's not said a thing this entire film.
Yeah, and somehow he's the problem.
Yeah.
Not the me forcing my way into the most sensitive period of your life, literally, period.
Right? Men, we could never do any wrong, except for later in this film.
So you know what? I think we should get back at Trina.
You know,
I think we should give Trina a hard time.
That cum-buckety mother slut.
What was the other one? Date bait, I think?
Date bait.
Which is, I mean, what? So she's worth asking out? It's not really an insult. What's the bait?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they might have been a little jealous.
That's kind of the point.
That they were like, oh, well, look, a normal person.
Yeah.
How dare she
No, because they hate normal.
Or do
That's like the whole thing that you might be getting your period. And she's like, fuck that.
Fuck that. I want to be 3 years late to having my period some more. That sounds healthy.
I want to be.
Yeah, let's have that curdle a little longer in there, huh?
I don't want to develop breasts until I'm 30.
I want to be a child forever, like Peter fucking Pan. And famously, Michael Jackson.
Famously.
Infamously,
more like.
That means bad.
Yes, it does. So their idea to get back at Trina here is, she's got this fucking Rottweiler that she brings to school probably without permission. Who's letting a Rottweiler come to school? He doesn't have the service vest on.
Probably the same teachers who are not looking for dead dogs.
The same absent teachers at this Bailey Downs High School. Fuck.
Well, I'm not going to clean up that dead dog. That's her smoking, by the way.
Yeah. Really pulling it back because these kids are a fucking headache.
Where's that ethnic janitor?
Where's the only non-white in this whole movie?
Who we're going to accuse of just horrible things when he's just trying to be a guy doing his job far too late at night, by the way.
I mean, janitors work after school hours. Sometimes till after dark.
You know, but during a school, is it a dance or a prom? What's going on?
A Halloween dance thing, yeah.
Go home, janitor.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Unless he's chaperoning.
You're kind of spoiling the mood. We're trying to party and you're got the
cleaning
broom.
up right after us. I was like, let me make a mess.
Yeah, it's Friday night. Come in tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
But no, he's
around.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and that's
sure
the problem.
Is. So what we're gonna do with this dog is we're gonna kidnap it briefly, and we're gonna make it look dead. It'll sure be easy to make that dog lie still for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is a real fucking harebrained plan that Brigitte reneges on halfway to fucking Trina's house, and then I will say one good thing about this movie. There's many, but one of them is that the sibling discourse I think is pretty fucking accurate because they're totally mean to each other, but then they also share a bed and kiss and cuddle. Not literally, but emotionally, yeah. But Ginger goes, if you don't like your ideas, stop having them. Damn, all right.
I'm not telling you any more ideas then. If you're gonna turn them around like this. So they go. They're gonna kidnap this dog.
Let's stop by this playground.
Yeah. Let's stop by this playground where, I don't know, there's a dead dog.
This werewolf that exists in this movie really likes to kill dogs near where kids are.
I wrote they stumble on a dead dog. Do they?
They try to take parts of it and then are surprised when it comes apart in their hands.
Do they literally stumble on it and go, oh, a dead dog? Or do they go, that's a dead dog?
I think we get to see them walking up to it.
Okay.
So these two have the presence of mind to know where the dogs are that are dead.
And right underneath that I wrote, finally, someone knows a dead dog.
If it was anybody in this movie, it would be these two.
Yeah, of course.
Of course they know a dead dog. There's like 5 of them out back underground.
Oh, yeah, they've got parts of those dogs in jars.
Probably.
So, yeah, they're like, let's take some of the guts out of this dog so that we have real guts to throw around.
And then they do and immediately get grossed out.
Yeah, because first of all, you pulled the leg off. That leg came off real easy.
It was probably not even on.
It probably wasn't a real dead dog, to be honest. if we're gonna be real, yeah, she pulls it off, and then there's like, oh, well, why did you do that then?
Why did you take the severed part?
Yeah, what did you think was gonna happen? Why didn't you just go in there with a plastic bag and scoop it out like poop?
Also, what part would you have grabbed that you expected any different of an outcome from?
Yeah, like you kept pulling. That's the problem. Like it didn't.
It didn't quite come off right away, so you went, let me try harder.
Yeah, you pulled it out. You pulled that. What the fuck? I wouldn't have even thought to have done that. I've been like, let's get some of the guts that are already out.
Yeah, the ones that are right there by the wood chips.
Let's not desecrate this dog some more.
It's fine.
I don't want to get caught doing this.
Like, dead dogs are dying on a nightly basis once again, but we haven't hired a cleanup crew to just patrol at like 1. Maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah.
They could be anywhere, and they are everywhere.
Yeah, maybe stop having a dog outside for just like a month. Let this clear up.
Ginger gets her fucking period right on cue here.
Oh boy, does she ever.
And it's a heavy one.
She lifts up her
You know what
skirt.
they say about your first time? It hurts.
Is that for real?
It was a losing her virginity joke.
Oh.
Because once again, let's not ignore the implication that the werewolf attacked the girl that was on her period out of the 2 of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, and then later on, we attribute mangling a living thing to sexual excitement. Pretty blatantly, we do that.
Oh, we do. So really, like, I don't want to say there's like an opportune time to get your period.
Not next to a dead dog in the woods with a werewolf nearby.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is literally the worst opportunity to become a woman.
Why wouldn't you do a couple Kegels and clench that shit back up until you could get home?
Why wouldn't you just not fuck around with a dead dog in a park at night, you know?
These are all really good points.
But yeah,
you gotta do something in this boring ass town.
Like a bear.
It's either that or you go see Citizen Kane at the old theater.
At the old theater. The old Etobicoke Theater.
The old musty theater where guys have jerked off in it, probably.
There's probably like 3 people who know what this place is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's where I'm pretty sure it's where Luca Magnotta lived.
Yeah.
I'm certain that's the same fucking place.
Yeah, it sure is, dude.
So here we go.
Sure is.
Same time period too, likely like 2000s-ish, 2000 something.
Yeah,
Luca
I want to say
Magnotta's
closer
there,
to 2010, but
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It is. There's a couple.
Is it Luca Magnotta or is it a werewolf? I don't know.
Both are bad.
Both are bad. Werewolf's a little better, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably make quicker work than an ice pick would. Although he doesn't.
So, you know, the werewolf smells the menstruations.
Yeah.
And
then this movie turns into an episode of I Was Prey for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Where you just get to see what would look like a dramatized animal attack in the woods in I Shouldn't Be Alive.
Just being dragged through leaves,
Yeah.
shaky camera.
Sucked out of frame.
Screaming.
I will say there are no computer-generated effects in this entire movie. It was insisted upon by the director. Which also means that, unfortunately, Catherine Isabel had to sit in a makeup chair for 4 to 6 hours a day.
Hey, it's better than CG. I'll tell you that.
That's
much.
true. Yeah, much better movie for it.
And it's an older movie, so that CG would have looked terrible.
Yes, it would have.
I'm glad that, you know, he didn't have to get everything he demanded and wanted for this film, but I'm glad he got that. You know, it's just I appreciate it.
Yeah. He didn't have all bad ideas. Just a couple.
So, Ginger gets wolfed is what I wrote.
Nice.
And
good.
She dragged through. I think she slams into Bridget at some point. She like gets up and starts running.
Yeah.
And then
this werewolf gets trucked
Oh, yeah.
by an old Polaroid camera. You know the way back when they used to make cameras like a bag of bricks, where you could take out a bouncer swinging that thing like a flail. For fuck's sake,
Just a cinder block with a lens on it.
yup.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I just did a goofy impression. I hate that.
Gorsh.
Ugh.
So, haha. Emily Perkins beats the shit out of the werewolf.
Yeah. Yeah. And like once again, like a fucking Nokia phone, this camera's just fine.
Oh yeah, it even snaps such a good photo. There's not a blur.
A decent enough photo, all right? You get to see a yellow eye and a mouth. That's all you need.
I mean, that's a good photo for being swung and smashed onto a person.
Not having a chance to adjust your depth of field.
Didn't have to. It's probably a Canon. It's just a good camera. Autofocus was on. I don't know what to tell you. So they somehow I think the flash goes off, and that's what gives them enough time to get away and across this one-lane highway.
Yeah, through the entire park, because I guess giving a werewolf a concussion that'll put him to sleep for long enough to run out into traffic.
Well, you flashed in his eyes. You get that
little. He saw stars for a bit, and he had to recoup. Yeah,
I'm getting that right now from this.
Oh, that's great. It's good to have just sun.
That's good. Yeah. For those of you at home, there's a window. It's right in my eye line.
They run across this lane, this 2-lane. It's not a highway. It's a small town.
It's a street, but the guy drives on it like it's a goddamn highway and does not stop.
Sam the weed man coming in clutch, literally, with the manual van. Trucking this werewolf into a million bloody pieces on the road.
Mm-hmm. And telling nobody.
No one ever.
Doing nothing about it.
You wait until you see the missing dog poster before you make the phone call, all right?
At that point, you don't make the phone call. You just do nothing.
One time there was an orange tabby that had gotten hit by a car by my place, and I saw that, and then a couple days later I saw the missing cat posters.
Oh no.
So I was the guy that I was like, I can't not make the call. I had a conscience moment, and I got their voicemail, so I left a message. I may regret that.
Was the message, meow meow. I found another family to live with. Meow meow.
I don't remember what I said, but I think I tried to be as nice as like, yeah, I saw your cat. You're not gonna again.
Here's the thing about life.
It ends.
Sometimes. Meow, meow,
sometimes it doesn't find a way, despite what Jeff Goldblum says.
Well, it finds a way under a tire. It finds a way to be in the way.
I don't know why that cow's fucking around near the bus stop. It's kind of its own fault.
Well, he was off to Hollywood. What?
Oh, shit.
He was going to go make it big.
The next Leo DiCaprio? The next Meow DiCaprio?
the next Meow to Meow Meow?
I gotta come up with a better one. It's not coming to me right now.
I'm gonna pick an actor. I'm gonna throw Meow.
Richard Clausen.
Okay, all right, yeah. I was waiting for the meow part.
No meow on that one.
How about
Well, we're gonna have to go into Asian films to get the meow, or Chinese, just specifically Chinese. Chairman Meow.
Why the fuck did you say or?
Yeah, because I was thinking about The Grudge and The Ring when I said Asian, and then I realized, okay, it's a blanket term, so let's be more specific. Should have said Japanese. It's all good.
Hulk Meowgan.
That's nothing.
I thought it was.
Shit. That's fucking good.
Oh fuck. So
Ozzy Osbourne.
Hey.
Okay. I mean Posy Clawsborn. I already did a claw one, but fuck it.
No, that was a good one. Posy Clawsborn.
Next cat I get, that's his name. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I could keep going, honestly. You give me 30 seconds, I'm going to have like 6 more, but I'm not going to do that level of silence to the podcast.
Let's pretend like we did.
Okay.
That was hilarious.
Yes, that was good.
So, I mean, what do you do? What do you do when you run across the street after like a truck just blasts this thing that's chasing you.
Fuck that. Not my problem. Not my van.
Hey, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's.
Let's go home.
Sam gets out of the van and decides he's gonna get close enough to this dead thing that he hit to see its uncut dick.
And identify it as such.
Yeah, later on.
Like it's not intestines. It's not his pancreas.
Dick.
That's what that's dick right there.
I see dick. Suspiciously didn't mention balls. They must have been resorbed during the transformation.
Well, maybe Bob Barker got him.
Oh no. He just keeps him in jars at his home.
So
that's why he's still alive. That's his life force right there. He's found the fountain of youth, and it's spaying and neutering.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, dude.
Are you
Either that or he
sure?
died very recently. He's in his hundreds. He looks like a vampire. Everybody Google Bob Barker right now, and you tell me that those are the teeth of a human being.
Google Bob Barker, but then also use AI to generate Bob Barker clutching a jar full of dog testicles.
Yeah, do that. Do both of those things. That fucking guy looks like a djinn. Holy fuck. You tell me I'm wrong. I know that I'm not. He's gonna come out of a box and grant you a wish with a fucking twist.
This twist is always dog testicle related.
You get $1 million, but it's a dog dicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck finding a dick monger to buy those.
You have to take those to the dick junkyard and get paid by the pound. They weigh it out.
The junkyard. Yeah, they're really coming in nicely.
It's a good year for him. It's a good.
These peonies.
This is the season.
Fuck.
Oh my God. I don't know. They fucking get home and
the back thing. Why the fuck are these parents allowing their kids to sleep in a mental institution steel frame bed? No wonder Ginger's back hurts and she's bleeding. Bed sores.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like the metal that kind of is supposed to be a spring that's just gonna poke right through that tiny.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Let's be honest, hospital bed mattress.
It is. They both sleep on twin beds because they're both 90 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, I don't see why they don't just push those beds together.
They probably do. You know, it's a very experimental time.
They don't look like sisters.
No, they don't.
Logically, Bridget's like, well, maybe it was a bear. You did get your fucking period.
They like that.
They can they smell it.
I smell it. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a young lady coming out. It's the worst Jack of Beanstalk. Fucking.
I quoted her because she used the word rag.
Yeah.
Bears go after girls on the rag.
It's cool hearing that. I haven't heard somebody say that in about as many years since this movie's been made.
I never understood that one. Like, you're on the rag.
Because you're like, I mean, you wear pads, right? Like, so you're, it's a type of rag.
I guess.
What did they do before always, you know? Just they ripped up a t-shirt and stuffed it in there.
I guess you're like sitting on it, right? So you're literally on it.
Yeah.
That's upsetting. Well, let's go to the very oldest Shoppers Drug Mart.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to Shoppers Drug Mart from the 90s and look at all the Life brand tampons.
Life brand. Classic. You know a Canadian movie when? I don't think Life brand exists outside of Canada. It's like President's Choice.
I don't think it exists anymore.
It might not.
I
They
think
all have their own, like, secondary, like, Irresistibles, fucking no-name.
Great Value.
Yeah,
Kirkland.
yeah.
It's the Kirkland of Shoppers Drug Mart. But
It is.
I'm certain Shoppers is now.
Kirkland, I think, is Costco.
Yeah, I think Shoppers is PC now.
That makes sense.
I think they got bought.
Yeah, PC owns the market on Optimum. It is too, yeah.
We're just saying things.
We're saying things to people who will understand them only if they're from here.
Yeah, from here.
Specifically.
You have to be from this section of here
Yeah.
to understand what we're saying. But all right. So yeah.
Oh, I found it. The weed guy's van, the company.
Okay.
Because you see him. We go back to school, right? And, someone's got bad cramps, and her name's Ginger, and they're real fucking bad. They're doubled over bad. This is a heavy flow month for Ginger, which sucks as the introduction to what this is going to be like for 1 week every month. Like, why don't you actually just kill yourself instead of just contemplating it?
She got lucky. She got 3 years off, though.
She did, yeah, but now it's making up for it in a big way. So, these cramps are a real problem. They're making her fucking sweaty and almost pass out in class. And Jason, the cat caller from field hockey.
The guy who bought the nugs.
Yeah, goes, I got the solution. It's fucking weed.
Yeah, maybe weed will take the edge off. And then Ginger's like, I like my edge. Cut into the van.
Yeah, I guess I didn't like it that much. Let's get stoned in the dealer's van while he's out landscaping.
Right. He also says, I think you're chicken to lose it.
Yeah.
Which
is a sex joke.
Or just a taunt at your sex not having
your virgin ass.
Yeah.
Ugh, bleh, gross. I like a chick with experience.
Yeah, you know me.
I like a chick I can swap stories to my friends with, and they're not new.
Yeah.
Nobody's
and also,
surprised.
I can see you're on your period, so... Yeah,
good.
Me. My penis.
One
my
thing
penis.
I have in common with that werewolf is that we both want to get our Red Wings.
Oh, I regret doing that immediately.
It's not the area you want a motorboat during that time of the month.
So, yeah, just cut to right into the van.
Yeah.
Bridget's just loitering outside.
County Regreening Program is the name of this landscaping company.
It almost sounds like a something that the prison makes you do.
Yes, that's correct. Which, I mean, I think planting trees literally is.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
That's true.
God bless these prisoners.
So she's smoking in the back, and Bridget's just out front of the van loitering. And up comes Sam, the van owner, with a chainsaw and a shrub. And the first words out of his mouth pissed me right off. 1/8 are 50.
Whoa!
Excuse me?
Of what?
Even when weed was illegal, those numbers don't add up.
They don't.
3.5 grams? If you had a nice guy, he would discount you down to 30 from 35 on that.
I had to sit in a van in my driveway and talk to a man who wouldn't give me his first or last name.
That's right.
And I paid $60 and I got 2 of those.
Yep. $30, 1/8 across the board, bro.
And they come packaged in not like a Ziploc bag like he's handing out the window.
No, that's the laziest shit.
Yeah, no, this guy...
It's packaged in something much more hard to see inside of most of the time.
Yeah. If you had a good guy, they had a vacuum sealer. It was great.
The only guy I ever met showed up on a bike with dreadlocks and a backpack in a park.
That's not good.
And he had a nickname. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get stabbed.
I'm sure 1,000 other people have that nickname, but please don't say it.
Well, it rhymed with shifty.
I would hate for it to be like a Beetlejuice situation.
Well, I mean, that would be the best. He just shows up with bags. I'm still cooking. Just
look, was it ever good when Beetlejuice showed up?
If you liked dying. If you like dying and very cheeky sarcasm.
And what's his name?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
And also Alec Baldwin. Let's not forget about that.
Right. Alec Baldwin.
Star-studded cast in a way.
Alec Baldwin killed a lady.
Alec Baldwin killed a lady.
Alec Baldwin
technically
killed a lady.
He just, shot a lady to death.
Yeah, technically he shot a lady and she died. Yes. Yeah, if we really want to get technical about it, he pulled a trigger and
a bullet came out at a high velocity and went into a person who was female, and they didn't breathe after that.
Yeah. Their life was taken away from them by Alec Baldwin.
Oh, man.
And I don't think... Did that movie ever come out? I hadn't seen it.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
It turns out the illegal drugs salesman doesn't like when you do those drugs inside of his vehicle.
He also doesn't like when you hang around out front because that's where he drinks his Captain Morgan's fucking Mickey that he
Oh
pulls
yeah,
out.
that was So I was looking at it and I thought that it was two lights, but maybe it's that vanilla infused one. That's like the percentage is lower.
Well, yeah, I mean they're high school kids. Of course it is.
Well, he's not. He's very not a high school kid.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to emphasize that this is a grown adult man hanging around a high school who is later described as a cherry hound because he's into virgins.
Is he the director of the movie?
So 2 self-inserts now. We got Jason and Sam. All right. Really learning a lot about the guy who made this film.
Yeah. See, here I was thinking he was like a high school student.
No. Very no.
No, he's not part of the school.
Did you see him in a single class? Did you see him in the high school at any point? No, he lives in the greenhouse.
And I thought I was like, oh, that's cool. High school's got a greenhouse. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he just lives in the back where weed grows.
I think this just might be a greenhouse that he found.
It must not be on camp. Like, I don't understand because it's all decked out for Halloween around the same time that the Halloween party at school is. But at the same time, he's still weighing and distributing weed behind a door that has no lock on it.
Yeah, this has got to be like his own personal greenhouse somehow.
It must be just his place.
Because, like...
I get it. Maybe, like, they cultivate other plants in there, and then they go out and sell and plant them at places like high schools.
It's his natural habitat.
This is actually kind of perfect for a pedophile.
Yeah, I guess
you know?
so, huh? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Anyway, apparently smoking weed makes Ginger's tampon fall out because she just bleeds in the bathroom stall.
Does she ever? We skipped over, this is where Bridget and the drug dealer have a little one-on-one.
They do, where immediately they're like, it's werewolves, right? There's no way that it's werewolves, but I thought it was werewolves.
They don't say werewolf.
No, but you know what it is.
They say lycanthrope.
Yeah,
like you're
right
supposed
after,
to fucking know what it is.
Right after that, Bridget goes, yeah, you see a lot of werewolves?
Yeah,
so they just like, they try to say it's smart, and then they go, well, the audience might be stupid, let me fix that.
Who would ever say lycanthrope when you could just say werewolf?
Me? Probably me.
You didn't just now.
Yeah, because I know. I like both words, all right? What do you want from me?
I just want nice words that I didn't have to hit pause and Google to make sure I knew.
You could have just kept watching for 3 seconds.
Well, yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure that they weren't going to do that thing where they never explain anything ever. And then I was like, well, here I am being like, well, what's a lycanthrope? Is that something that's, that I don't know, Van Helsing would hunt?
Well, yes, it is.
Good.
Have you not seen fucking Underworld? The werewolves are literally called lycans.
Well, yeah.
Which is a short form. It's like slang.
I didn't know that, though. I thought
it's
lichen...
like using the A instead of the ER.
Look, I've been walking around saying the word lichen like it's a real word.
N-word joke.
The Hard R Cafe.
If I owned a Hard Rock Cafe, I would deliberately bash those lights out.
So, yeah.
So Sam boots everybody out of the back of the fucking van, and then Trina shows up because Trina can't handle the fact that somebody... that her statutory rapist has grown tired of her and is interested in somebody else now. So she comes over with her fucking dog and says some rude shit, to which Ginger responds, "Stick my fist."
Stick it where?
Well, guess.
I don't like this open-ended threat.
I'll give you 3 fucking guesses as to where to put my fist, Trina.
And they're all good places.
They are.
This is where her dog kind of goes wild because guess what? Ginger's a fucking werewolf.
And
that's that. I spoiled it.
Oh, whoops.
Movie's over.
She got turned at the same time that she's... So there's a lot of, like, tongue-in-cheek talking about body transformation when, you know, you kind of pull the curtain back and give up the ghost once she starts growing a tail. I don't remember what part of puberty that happens. I guess I missed it.
Yeah, these two sheltered girls kind of spend the entire movie treating puberty like it's something they have no idea about.
And are disgusted by.
Like it's not something that they would have taken classes in high school.
Which they definitely would have because of how over-involved the nurse is at this high school.
Right? Like, they can't be smoking on the field hockey thing the whole time, right? There's got to be some health classes in there.
There must, yeah.
So...
I mean, there's biology later on with a bunch of smart science words. about cells and shit.
And you would think that somebody who skipped a grade would be like, I understand what's going on. Your body is changing.
Yeah.
This is not puberty, though.
That's the grade she skipped. The one where they talk about vaginas bleeding.
Right, and hair only growing out of the pubis and not the back.
The back and shoulder blade.
Yeah. So yeah, we're back. We're in the bathroom, and
Oh, you missed the part where, in keeping with the theme of dogs being mistreated in this film, because the Rottweiler freaks out, Ginger boots it square in the face.
she sure does
with her thick goth platform boots.
Oh yeah,
That dog is not going to smell a rabbit ever again.
That dog's probably gonna have to be put down because it walks funny.
Dog's on wet food forever now.
Dog's on just dead dog.
Dog's on dead dog forever.
The only reason the dog continues to move is just
Twitches.
yeah, nerves just firing while the brain dies. This whole kerfuffle makes Bridget drop all of her stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is pictures of werewolves that she's taken.
Yeah.
You know, pretty important thing to have. But
Just keep around at school.
like, yeah,
As if you're not ostracized enough.
yeah, like
Now you're
around,
a furry? You're fucking done. You might as well drop out or, like, switch counties.
If she's not a furry, it certainly would seem like she's thinking about it. Like, how does this make you feel? What if
Just a little curious about it, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide this towards you. And what if you saw this a lot more at home? What if you slept next to that in our double bed, Ricky fucking Lucy situation?
Honeymooners in the mental hospital basement.
Just the wet, unfinished house centipede filled.
One of these days, Bridget.
One of these days, I'm gonna knock that furry mask clean off your head.
Straight to the moon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm fucking gushing, so let's go see the nurse. She might have something to plug this shit up because apparently my tampon fell out.
Yeah, well, she coughed pretty hard with that joint she was smoking.
That's true. All right.
Is that something that happens?
Once again,
probably not.
Kegels. You got to keep that shit tight. Sam's into virgins.
I mean, she's already. I've got nothing to say here, Jay. There's nothing to say here that's gonna make this good.
No, I'm gonna make it worse.
There's nothing polite. I got no polite ha-has to put into this stew. It's disgusting.
I'm gonna make it much worse.
You put poo-poo in the stew. Put a little poo on there.
Now it's gonna be diarrhea because this nurse. And it's true of a lot. Like these kids are just being treated like adults everywhere. So we go to the nurse because my period is brand new and I don't want the information. I just want to let somebody know to tell the janitor that there's a cleanup on aisle toilet. But describing something that can, especially with sheltered and uneducated women, something that can be traumatic when it starts happening. Because they don't have the resources or knowledge to be like, this is normal. No, I'm just bleeding out of a hole in my body. This is fucked. Describing that event as a thick, syrupy, voluminous discharge.
It's normal, Jay.
Is not the sentence that ever should be uttered in a room while talking to minors. All right? And then just if you thought that this game's stakes were already high enough, let's up the ante by saying, oh, at the end, it'll be a blackish sludge. Which sounds like a metal band.
To be honest, it sounds like Hexus from Fern Gully. You got Hexus from Fern Gully coming out of there?
You know that skeleton that melts horrifically when you saw that when you were 5 years old?
Oh my God.
He's coming out of you. And
That
that's how
was
you know
nightmares.
to get stoked because it's over.
Oh my God. When you finally release Hexus, when you finally release Tim Curry from your vagina.
He's going to sing about being a transsexual transvestite from Transylvania.
Is that really where he's from?
One of the songs.
Jay?
Yeah.
Look, no movie that encourages you to throw bread at the screen is a good film, okay?
I didn't... When? At what point did I say it was good? When did I ever say it was good? It's the opposite of good.
Well, so
that's why I apologized.
So here's the thing. When there's something bad, I don't know all the words. I generally turn it off and leave when the man pretends to be the man's wife and then goes in for a little, what I have to assume is anal. Because any other, like, if you're trying to trick this man, like, the jig's up.
Docking.
The second you do anything else.
That's true. I just have big hands. I happened, once again, to go to a lot of Halloween parties with people who would unironically get a tattoo of Jack Skellington's head.
Oh, no.
So, often, I was presented with no alternative but to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
You know...
Unless I wanted to just walk home.
Every party's a Halloween party when those people arrive.
Everybody's a costume party.
Every party is an event with Jack Skellington as a tattoo.
Nothing against goth girls. They still happen to be my favorite genre of girl.
You know, if Emily Perkins had a Jack Skellington tattoo, well, Jay'd be salivating over here. Be his favorite lady right there.
What progressive ass state do these two girls live in where the school nurse is just fucking doling out condoms like lollipops after a dentist visit? Not even batting an eyelash. Make sure you guys play safe. Here's rubbers. Rubbers. Line your basement walls with rubbers. Throwing them out like it's fucking Mardi Gras.
You're gonna fuck, I know it.
Look at you.
Yeah, you two are fucking.
All you're gonna do is fucking write poetry until you're done university at this
here's
point.
Your fucking condoms, you pieces of shit. I know
They come pre-poked.
I like that I touched them and handed them to you. It makes me feel good.
She wasn't even wearing gloves.
So they're asking this nurse about all these puberty things, and she says, what about hair that wasn't there and pain?
Be more specific.
A little context might go a long way here.
Yeah.
Just a little context. It's coming out of my back in clumps.
It's coming out of the scars from this wolf attack.
Hey, nurse, excuse me. Yeah.
Am I going to grow a puss on my shoulder?
It feels like I'm having a shit, but the shit's coming out of the back of my spine, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like I'm pushing a shit out of my back.
I can't help but noticing that when I wipe, it wipes back.
Oh, God.
I'm doing the front to back thing. It won't let me. It keeps going back to front.
Whenever I try to go back to front, something grabs me, says no.
I keep sitting on it.
That's not the way. Oh, shit. It's the grossest thing I've ever fucking heard. Oh, I ruined my book.
Oh, my God. Argument about how I'm growing up without you because I'm getting the thing that neither of us ever wanted. And also, I kind of want to get laid. I kind of a little bit want to get laid, Bridget. I'm sorry. Can we do the me being throated by a fucking an Amish rake? Let's talk about how they just had a hay rake also for those pictures. I think you nailed it on where this family has come from. All right, nobody talks about their fucking period. The mom is like the married in one from the big city. And then this family is just, oh man, we should go back to the fields. This is a bit much.
You know, we really had it right in the 20s.
You know, candles will always be the best way to light a room.
Now, I don't know how much lace we can fit on this dress, but
as much as humanly possible. The more doily your dress is made of, the purer you are, I think is the rules.
Oh boy, it's a little nippy. Let me put on several layers of thick black fabric.
It's perfect.
What
I
is
have
that?
Church later.
My burlap's got tweed patches. I just want to. There's a shot in this film. Where her period is dripping.
That's right. There's a couple.
The blood drips onto like that classic '90s school tile floor.
Terrazzo tile.
Yeah,
you still have it.
I
in
knew
so many schools.
I knew you'd know the name of it.
You know why I know the name of it?
'Cause it's really hard to make, isn't it?
Yeah, there's one guy in Ontario that makes terrazzo. It's a family recipe.
And he made that tile for...
He very well could have.
They dripped period blood on his work.
Now, terrazzo tile, because of its artisanal nature, is like... It's like $300 a square foot. Like, it's some insane cost, and he makes it all on his own property where he lives. Now, a couple years ago, that man's workshop burnt to the ground, and you could not get terrazzo tile anywhere without having it shipped in at like an insane cost.
God dang.
But the shit lasts forever, because they don't replace it. You just grind off the top and buff it, because it's just rocks in paste.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a great solution for having to tile a giant school.
Damn, I never thought about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a fucking shitty plumber, so I have to know stupid things now. At some point during these exchanges between Ginger and Bridget, Mom's doing laundry, which, once again, the second you get your period, start doing your own laundry. You're going to avoid a million horrible conversations with your parents.
Yeah, you're going to avoid that, like, awful gut thought where it's like, oh, God, I hope it wasn't gross.
As soon as you hit puberty, man or woman, actually, it doesn't matter. It's just a different brand of sticky. Start doing your own laundry.
Yeah, it's a little less embarrassing when people don't see the Jackson Pollock on the inside front part of your underpants.
Yeah, where they go to pick up your hoodie and it doesn't move. It's one solid. It's like it's been lacquered.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not speaking from experience.
Me either.
Also, the laundry room in this movie looks like the house from Possum. Why is there black mold everywhere? No wonder these kids are fucked up.
It's an unfinished basement, Jay.
They're probably 80% spore at this point.
That's why their clothes are so dark. It's the spore.
Yeah. That sweater was white when I bought it.
Oh, God.
So the mom's response to realizing that her daughter, well, either attempted suicide or got her period, and she went with the less horrifying of the two options.
Like, she just... That or she just wiped far too hard. far too hard.
She wiped both too hard.
She wiped beyond the pale.
And they are quite. Her response to this is to make Ginger's favorite dessert, which is a strawberry shortcake, and she made sure to drizzle the strawberry on top as if Ginger just squatted over it and pushed. Like, why wouldn't you pick like red velvet, black forest, something that isn't looking like it's bleeding from the middle?
There's a lot of good questions that Jay's bringing up here.
Oh.
Now, let me remind you...
It's not my favorite when I look at it and I'm reminded of what's going on between my legs right now, Mom.
Let me remind you that that's her favorite.
Yeah, not this week.
It's her favorite thing in the world.
Not the way that she responds to it.
And you know what?
She's like shying away from her mother's touch like it's toxic to her.
I didn't put that together. I was like, wow, that looks pretty fucking good.
It did.
That looks really good. I'm not...
yeah, you're not... How would you know?
My penis is just down there doing nothing. This looks really good.
If there's blood coming out of my penis, I have a different problem.
Yeah, I'm going to be concerned about that because it's actually not healthy. It's like not supposed to happen to your penis.
Jason.
Despite what anybody says. So yeah, this triggers Ginger because obviously her mom knows that she's on her period now, and
great.
And this is gonna be a whole thing where mom's gonna be like, well, let's get our periods together. Let's go to the period store and
we're gonna match up our cycles.
We need to get new car seats. Like, we got to do this all. And like, we
you
just
can get covers for cheap.
It's you and me together. We're doing this. And a teenage girl doesn't want that, from what I understand.
Especially not, especially not at that age.
Yeah.
Give me a second, give me a couple years to hate your guts for no reason. And then we'll get back to going out for Sunday breakfast.
There we go, yeah. So she thinks Bridget's told her mom that she's gotten her period.
Naturally, it's safe to assume that the most loyal person in your life is going to rat you out about the thing that you would hate the most.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't the blood with the panties in it that set her off. That wasn't the first clue.
I've just been coming into my bedroom with dry laundry and just assuming that trolls did it.
Well, I don't know where all that blood came from on those panties.
Mom.
I got nowhere to go with that. I just don't know. I don't know where it came from.
It's a statement. It's not a joke, mother.
Help. Oh, God. So,
As it turns out, getting your period for the first time turns you into a fucking runway model.
yeah, I don't know what that is, that transformation that just turns some of your hair gray, but not all your hair, but some of it.
Yeah, just some, and then procedurally more and more as time goes on. Menstruating turns you just into Kate Beckinsale overnight.
It's just, I mean, it's just life. That's puberty. That's your body changing in funny ways, you know?
Montage of all the growing up that happens when you turn, 16, which happens to include just indiscriminately, essentially fucking on the field hockey field while class is going on.
Yeah.
Once again, these teachers are so absent, they're not even going to bother discouraging underage intercourse in public in broad daylight.
Nah.
During school hours. Like that's only their job.
I don't think the teacher even noticed the dead dog, to be honest with you.
Didn't no, because she would have been like, ew, gross, class is canceled.
Yeah, Bridget, get off that dead dog. And I was like, you girls stop fighting.
No, Ginger, go to the office, and also like you should get some shots.
Yeah, where's this blood? I don't see a dead dog. Anyway, yeah, the teachers, they either need to notice or not notice shit. Like, you can't just be in between.
That's
Your
right.
kids are fucking on the field.
Yep.
There's dead animals everywhere.
Yeah.
Can we please get a garbage bag for this?
For both.
Yeah. Like, just clean it up. Let's go. Spray some water on those teens. Pay some attention. You're getting paid. No wonder kids are so disrespectful to teachers. You're letting them fuck on the field.
Good.
Yeah.
Great.
Ginger's still under the impression that her weird hairs are puberty.
Yeah, and she really wants to fuck bad. That'll be the solution to her problems. After all of this bluster about how, as we're growing up, let's stick together. Let's cut our hands open and share each other's blood at 8 years old. And then the second that a boy comes along, you're just gonna fuck off into his car so you can bang out? Leaving me alone to get preyed on by Sam, the van perv, who's suspiciously interested in a 15-year-old girl. So much so that he literally says, I just spent a week looking for you. Hey man, did you try the school you know she goes to? Did you try that all week?
Did you try waiting, I don't know, 4 or 5 years? Did you try waiting?
Maybe, yeah. If you had already waited a week, how about a couple decades?
Like, I just, every time he comes into the room, I picture Chris Hansen just around the corner of the fridge and just kicks it open. Why don't you take a seat right there? Werewolves, huh?
You tell me which one of these lines is funnier, because I couldn't decide.
Okay.
Because of the nature of his employment. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He's a landscaper. He plants trees.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I just realized which one of the two was funnier. It's kind of weird to me that Sam is so interested in 15-year-old girls the way that he loves Bush.
Ha! I like it.
That's it.
Well, give me
the other one was the opposite.
Okay.
Sam goes after the young ones for the same reason he chainsaws hedges for a living. He hates Bush.
They're both good.
Yeah, I couldn't decide.
I like them both.
Yeah.
They both work. Disgustingly. You are disgusting for having those thoughts, too, by the way. You should be ashamed of yourself. I don't condone anything ever. Well, I condone nothing.
The thing is, like, you don't know about being truly happy until you've been truly sad. The universe finds a way to balance it out. I just prevented a statutory rape by mentioning it on the podcast.
God, I hope so.
Because if you're 15 years old and a guy who sells weed out of his van, especially in 2023, rocks up and chooses you over your older sister, probably don't hop in the van. And that's the moral of this Mr. Rogers episode.
Okay, how about this? If you're 15 and a guy rocks up to you in a van that he sells weed out of, and his parents don't it's not a mandatory thing that they're in the passenger seat, get out of there.
Yeah, that's true. Fine.
He's too old for you.
That's great. If a guy rocks up in a van to a high school and it's not your dad,
scatter. Scatter.
Serpentine.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right here I wrote, Sam got close enough to see a cut wolf dick. Because this is when that conversation happens.
Sam loves those cut wolf dicks.
So we go, I just keep thinking about these werewolves in my head. Are you doing the same? Cool, I gotta go.
Goodbye.
Now I'm gonna, because my sister is asleep, I'm gonna expose her ass so I can see her tail. How the fuck do you sleep so soundly that you can't see somebody dicking around down there? Or feel, rather.
Right? How did... like, for real, though.
That tail must be sensitive. It's brand new.
And it wiggles, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. They're just gonna tape that shit to the thigh like a dick, like a fucking kielbasa sausage in that thousand ways to die episode.
I don't
Cut the circulation off to my leg.
Yeah, I remember that because he wanted to look like he had a big old ping ping.
Did you call it a ping ping just now?
I did.
Because the janitor's Korean. All right, that's a different language.
That's not.
His name is like literally. I looked it up. It's like Pak Yong Soo. Just Korean.
I was just trying to say penis, but not say penis at the same time, you know?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll ruin it.
Just doing you a favor.
Ping Ping is worse because it sounds young.
So the sisters, yeah, they get into
Isn't Ping Ping the name of like the little Asian kid in that one Indiana Jones sequel?
No, it's Short Round.
That's worse!
You're just describing him at that point.
Why wouldn't you call him Short Slant? I'm just gonna sit in that.
So Brigitte, huh?
Brigitte.
She starts to track her sister's puberty cycle.
Yeah.
And by puberty cycle, I mean menstrual cycle.
That's right. They're similar.
So I'm guessing this movie takes place over the course of a month.
She does scream into the car when Ginger and Jason peel off to go bang elsewhere. Somehow, I don't know what the fuck they were doing between day and night, but it happens at night. She's ovulating.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if there was another period. I would say inside of a month.
Because, like, you get your period, right?
Yeah. That's a week.
And then
sometimes longer if you're unfortunate.
And then when you're ovulating, that's before the period?
I think so, yeah, because the period is the uterus being like, well, fucking what the fuck am I going to do with these?
Yeah.
Get them out.
So then, so this must take place over a month.
Yeah, okay.
A month of her becoming a...
Either that or Bridget is so stupid and uneducated about puberty that she thinks they're the same thing. Which, given this fucking Mormon-ass upbringing... She's
tracking the period using the calendar that came with, like, the tampons.
The tampons, yeah.
Because that was, like, a big selling point for her. It's like, look, this one comes with a calendar, so you can look at it and know when you're going to get your period and not just know because you know.
Yeah, because this feels like shit, and I know immediately.
Well, this Shoppers Drug Mart calendar tells me it's coming soon. I don't
Batten down the hatches.
Yeah.
A tropical storm is coming.
I'm gonna go
get a visit from my Aunt Flo.
I'm gonna go squat over the toilet. You bring me ice cream.
Bring me ice cream in a hot bag.
Yeah, I feel like you just know when it's coming. You don't need Shoppers Drug Mart's Life brand tampons calendar for tracking your menstrual cycle to tell you.
So there's something about werewolves, and I don't know what it is. I don't remember this part of the folklore stories about werewolves that I've read in the past from like Norway and Sweden. But as you're transforming into a werewolf and as you are one, apparently you really like to commit rape. Huge fan of that. Because one could argue the werewolf was fully capable of killing Ginger in the woods that night and didn't.
That's fair.
And I don't know if it's because he got flashbanged like Ghost Recon, or he got domed by a camera and was like, I don't know if this is worth it. This seems like a prey that fights back.
Ow.
Owie. I have a hangnail. And my nails are long, so it sucks. But Ginger, the second that Jason has any trepidation about being domed in the back of his own car, goes, too bad. This is what we're doing now, and you're going to like it.
You know,
and I don't care if you do or not.
Come to think of it, in Twilight, the werewolf does go, what's that, a baby?
Give me
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm in love with that baby. Give me that baby. Bring me the child.
That's not great.
Quote unquote Taylor Lautner.
Bring me the child.
Bring me the child. Yeah. So werewolves aren't up to a lot. That's great these days. I tell you that.
No, it's killing family pets and somehow doing something even worse than that.
We got.
I will say, however, this scene lasts an appropriate amount of time for a rape scene in a movie, and that's 5 seconds.
Hey.
Sick.
Yep.
Got the point across. I know what happened in that car.
Sure did. There's a montage of Bridget I wrote, she's doing research, but this is where her posture is going goblin mode.
Yeah. She's starting to crane her neck over like an old lady perusing the canned goods.
Yeah, she's hunched over some books like she's,
putting them back on the shelf at a library.
There you go. The way a goblin would.
Yeah.
And she's like watching werewolf movies like within earshot of her sister, but it's kind of disrespectful, huh?
A little bit, you'd think.
Because like in this
Hey, you're going to be this in a second.
Watch this guy shoot this werewolf with a silver bullet.
This is really the only way I'm going to handle you later.
Yeah. Jesus. And then, so the other part is like people are like, that wasn't a werewolf. That's her that's her thing. Like it's not a werewolf because that vehicle trucked that werewolf. There wasn't a lick of silver involved.
I would like to think that if you're gonna shoot a cannonball at the head of anything, that'll explode and it'll die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it could be a vampire, it could be a werewolf. I'm gonna hit it with 2 tons of metal and marijuana.
Yeah.
And that just works. I'm sure that works more often than not.
And even if like it's still alive, it's in no condition to wolf.
No, it's just gonna die in the same way that regular wolves do in the wild when they get left behind because they have a bum leg.
But this one, you got to shoot it in the face with a silver bullet, or it just lays there like a bum leg
forever, like a bum and leg.
Like a bum
homeless
and
person, you see what?
Like
a bum's leg. I should have said it like that. So fucking, we get the fucking backseat experience, which is the name of the world's worst ride at an amusement park. It's not even. It's in the parking lot. See, because okay.
Oh, I get it. I get it, Jay. I'm over here. I'm doing my own thing. Thank you.
And Ginger comes home and she's quite upset, sobbing in the dark on the edge of her bed.
Of course she is. She's just had a first sexual experience in the backseat of a vehicle. That's not love.
And no,
that's not love.
Ask It Follows.
Ask. Probably
most movies where sex happens in the backseat of a car, that's not a van. Like like one of the type of car where you got to put the seats forward to get in the back.
Yeah.
There's not enough room to really spread eagle like that.
You're not getting out of that gracefully either.
No, it's a lot of fumbling and trying to find clothes that are now like they've slipped in between into the trunk.
Oh, I hate it.
From the back of the seat.
Yup.
And you just got to pull that down. It's like, get the fuck out of the way. Yeah, no.
Nope.
But apparently the sex was so bad that she had to kill a dog about it. Now, this movie does a really cool thing here, I thought, where the conversation from Bridget's perspective really makes it sound like she just killed him for being bad at fucking.
It sure does.
Like, she put him in a position where he had no choice and she was still disappointed. Which, damn.
Yeah. Oh, God. So, yeah, she's like covered in blood. I think she's throwing up into the toilet.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, it was good. I
thought I had this craving for fucking, but it turns out I just want to rip things apart."
Yeah. It's 2 different feelings, I feel like.
But apparently when you're a werewolf, they're the same.
Well, I mean, when you're newly discovering puberty, you might not know the difference,
That's
really.
True.
You might not. I mean, she's so many new things are happening to her body.
And the first time, like a lot of the time, it is bloody.
A lot of the time. Oh, I mean, especially when you are pulling a dog into parts. There's going to be a little blood. First time or not.
So Bridget goes, "Where is he?" And then Ginger goes, "Well, at the side of the house." And you think you're going to see Jason's corpse at the side of the house. Nah, just Norman.
Yep.
Just poor old fat kid Norman.
Little dog, too. Little tiny dog.
Unfortunate. That kid, that's probably that kid's only friend. Not anymore.
Nope. No, I think you also get a part where he's like, "Norman,
yeah,
I want to tease you with my stick more."
He's still in the hockey equipment and skates and stick carrying out breakfast food for Norman.
Hey, that's this kid's life.
He's just trying to get it as smelly as if it were to be used on a rink.
Mm-hmm. He hopes that, like, somebody's going to see him one day and be like, hey, we need a spare.
Hey, he's dressed like Wayne Gretzky. That's good enough.
Let me use your skates and your jersey, kid.
Yeah. The opposite of getting it thrown to you after a football game.
I think, is there, at some point, she, like, has, like, an old ring, like a janky silver ring?
Yeah, so during the Sam conversation where he admits to stalking an underage girl for a week fully without anybody noticing, he's like, I did some research and silver helps, so here's this earring that I have.
Yeah.
And Ginger's like, all right, cool. Put that shit in my belly button.
Right.
Because the first thing that a girl does when she hits puberty is get a fucking belly button piercing. That's the first one.
These parents are absent. I'll tell you that much. They're not paying enough attention to their kids.
If you have a belly button ring, it means you're good to go. What other movie did we watch where that's true? I think it's like A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Probably. It's a telltale sign, Jay.
Yeah.
So, Ginger, is this where,
Did you use protection? Nope. Whoops. Gonna get pregnant at 16.
Yeah.
Gonna get pregnant with a half wolf, half person hybrid. And we're not gonna discuss abortion because this clearly is a conservative area.
That nurse did everything in her power
Yup.
to provide you with 2 condoms.
She did everything she could. The failure exists at home.
Yeah. The fact that you didn't put one on a penis, that's your own problem. You're going to use them both for water balloons? Well, get pregnant then.
To be fair, now, in a cool turn, Jason is the one who asks if she has a condom. How often does that happen in movies where it's the guy that's worried? Usually it's the guy that's like, it'll be fine. My pull-out game is on point. Don't even worry.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you 5 seconds before I pre.
Always trust that. That's a teenage boy's word you can trust.
It is.
And that's definitely not how we got to show Teen Mom.
Or 16 and pregnant.
Or help. This is bad.
Help me please with money.
Baby, come out of there. Me no like.
Baby uh-ohs.
Huh.
What else we got?
I don't know.
I was pissed. I was so pissed that I wrote in caps during this belly button piercing scene that she ashed 2/3 of a full cigarette. That's a waste.
Oh.
You know how hard it is for you to get cigarettes at 16 years old anywhere at all, especially in Canada?
Well, look, she's clearly rolling in them. Like, they're smoking at school. They know.
Yeah, they must
They
must have the inside track on that.
They must.
I bet you Dad's buying them. It's like anything to get you to not talk to me.
He probably says nothing, but he realizes that his cigarette stash is is dwindling.
Why does it reek of cigarettes in the basement of my house and I don't even smoke?
Reeks of cigarettes and unfinished business. And it's always like...
And I'm not talking about ghosts.
We're talking about the lower half of the wall. It's never there.
Oh, shit.
So... Oh, yeah, this is where Mom has a talk with Brigitte, and she's like, you're going to be next.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time until you're leaking out of your vag, too, huh? Child of mine.
Yeah, I want nothing more for you to bleed. When
This bitch's priorities are out of whack.
I want your flower to blossom, my child.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't like that I said that either.
You really channeled Wishmaster on that one. Back to the gin. Okay. Back at school now, and this is when shit really gets real.
This is where shit gets real.
Because it turns out that when you get your virginity taken and then the guy won't even call you back, you just hate everybody else that they like. Because they're at school on the fucking field hockey field, and Brigitte is back to dressing like she hates existence. And then Sam shows up, and Trina immediately goes over like, hey, you came to see me. And Sam's like, nope. Brigitte! Bring me the younger one. And then we have a conversation that I didn't write down between the two of them because it's just it's him coming with better ideas about how to solve the old werewolf problem, and she's like, I'm in class and you're just here. This is the first time in the movie where anybody has clocked the fact that it's weird an adult with no affiliation to the school whatsoever is at it
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah. Where's the security guards?
Where's the commissionaire?
God bless the commissionaire.
Yeah.
They were like a cop for lunchtime.
So she's so pissed about being snubbed for a younger girl that I decided we're just gonna really fuck Brigitte up on the old field hockey. Field hockey. I don't even know what to call it. It's not an arena. Just field. Field. It's right in the name.
Oh yeah. And
Ginger takes umbrage to this one and decides to go hog wild.
oh boy, she's been watching UFC and drinking nothing but Prime.
She's on. Oh, I hate you, Logan. Oh my god.
Yeah, she goes fucking wild.
Yes, she does. She doesn't even use the stick. She uses it once and then goes, "No, I'm gonna raw dog this one. We're doing bare fist."
Oh yeah, I want to feel the flesh.
Fucking my BJJ skills need some brushing up.
So yeah, she takes her down like very what's the phrase I'm looking for here?
Easily?
Well, I mean
Lesbian-y?
I was thinking more unnecessarily.
Oh, it was
Far bigger reaction than it needed to be.
I loved it personally. I'm fine with that. Well, you got dog blood all over my sister's face earlier.
How dare you?
I'm gonna fucking chin check you with this stick just real quick here before I switch. This chick plays for the Danbury Trashers after this.
So, what's his name? The guy she fucked. I forget.
Jason.
Hockey.
I thought it was Jeff, but it's Jason.
Dr. Hockey, whatever.
Dr.
His name.
Hockey.
He looks like everybody who plays hockey. But yeah.
It's true.
Jason. So, he's not doing so hot.
No, doing a little rough.
Yeah.
Pissing blood from his dick.
It's a rough day when you piss blood from the tip of your cock.
And he was trying so hard to be like, you know how my face looks like I'm the victim of domestic abuse? That just means I had a good night with Ginger.
Yeah, it was
Ginger rocked my world in the way where I feel like I should be calling shelters.
She bit my dick real hard. That's what that blood is.
At least. And he plays it off so good. Did you get your period too? Oh no, it must be ink at the center where there's no pockets, where nobody puts a pen ever. It's just red ink from my red pen, to emphasize again later.
It sneaks up on you. They get you. Yep, dick blood.
Yep, dick blood. Also, I don't know what part. Now, I'm not to blow my own horn here.
Mm-hmm.
I have laid and I have been laid.
Oh my.
Both.
Huh. Wow.
Wow. And I can't say that I've ever pissed blood after.
Well, and you just haven't been laid properly.
What am I missing? The teeth?
That horrible pop. You know the one.
No, I don't. Nor will I ever by choice.
Because there's no bone in your dick.
Oh my god.
But it can still break.
Anyway, you're bleeding out of your dick and you come to school, asshole? Go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Call your dad.
Let me tell you, your body has the perfect amount of blood in it.
It doesn't need to be out.
Yeah, if it's coming out, that's not it. Like you're not to the brim with it.
Yeah,
you know,
you're not shedding an exoskeleton. All right.
That's good blood you need, and the fact that it's coming out of where you pee, like it doesn't normally come out of there in such a large amount.
At the very least, make sure that you're on the same page with your body about where it's supposed to come out, and if that is normal, I could talk to somebody who would know the difference.
Yeah. If you're gonna do that, like do it with somebody you love. You know, do it with somebody you trust. Don't bring your bloody dick to school where people are gonna see that.
Oh my god.
Or wear red. What?
Yeah.
Black
wear maroon.
or red. What are you doing?
Jeez Louise.
You know your dick is bleeding.
He must know. It's not like, that must have happened like an hour ago. I bled through fucking cargo pants. 90s cargo pants. You know how thick that fabric is? It's like a Carhartt jean.
They're built to last.
They are. Pockets aplenty.
They're built Ford tough is what they are.
They are. Fucking Ginger gets sent to the principal's office to be reprimanded, at which point the principal says behind a closed door, a temper like that is inexcusable barring extenuating circumstances. Like what, the basement teenage fight club you have going on? What the fuck? When is fighting at school ever okay?
Well, when somebody steps to your girl and you gotta rough them up to teach them a lesson.
Oh, I forgot that I was in Greece.
It's only good when several of your friends are behind you snapping as you walk
and
towards
it's
each other.
okay to pull a switchblade on the bleachers.
Yeah, when we rumble for real.
Also, this is where Ginger fucks up, because she just takes that verbal beating from a principal where she now has license to say, literally, I just got my period, and get out of almost everything that's required of you as a teenage girl at school until school's over for her.
Yeah.
Gym class, hard tests, being nice to anyone. I have my period this week. You could say that every week. If somebody's keeping track of it enough to call you on that, they're the problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you really don't track that unless you're a doctor.
Exactly.
Jesus. Yeah, that's a...
I just got my period as a gender passive. It's a passive skill that women have. There's a physical pain trade-off. But, like in the same way that I have a racial passive in that I enjoy the taste of watermelon, or at least people expect me to.
I don't think I get to have one or should have one. I'm good.
Really easy for you to get a gun. Comparatively.
All right.
You can cross borders without hassle.
All right.
You can bring a backpack into a shopping mall. Or a convenience store.
All right.
You can walk around a convenience store without being stared at by anyone.
Now, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
I've been followed around.
All right. I mean, the hoodie, I guess. There are different kinds of profiling.
It's Canada. It's cold.
Yeah, man. Why aren't you not wearing one?
Yeah. For several months out of the year, do you scrutinize everybody who comes in?
So we cut to Jeff just trying to take a piss and it's blood. This can't be the first bloody piss he's taken today. But
no.
he just chills at school anyway.
Well, I mean, dude loves school, loves seeing his pals. Like, he needs to get out of the house. That's the problem.
Instead of going home, he just goes, yeah, what's your home life like where you'd rather piss blood at school?
Sad. Has a sad home life.
Jason's got a bad rap at home.
Oh, Jason. So, yeah, Bridget's under the impression that he's now a werewolf because of the sex.
Because of the sex... And later on, more things. But, this is when we get the additional analogy about STDs. Mm-hmm. Because we're referring to it as having infected a partner.
Yeah.
You slept with them and now you've infected them.
I think even earlier when...
It comes up in the nurse's office, too.
Sam pulls out the belly button ring. They're talking about it being a virus.
Yes.
And, for some reason, silver is... helpful.
Yeah, and she was in that biology class, and for coincidentally, the class happened to be about viral disease and the way that it affects healthy cells.
Mm-hmm.
So just on the nose, on the snout, because
bad dog.
Because werewolves.
Piss and blood on the floor.
Yeah,
bad.
I'm gonna rub your nose in it.
So Sam is talking to Bridget. He's under the impression that Bridget has been bit and not Ginger.
Yeah, because Bridget said that in order to protect her sister.
Yeah, and so here we go. We're going to go back to the greenhouse, where I'm a herbologist, apparently.
Quote, unquote.
I've looked at several books.
Several book. I did all of this hard-hitting research in my ass about plants in the same way that, the father of a possessed girl reads one page of the Necronomicon in every demon movie.
That's enough.
We call up fucking Vincent D'Onofrio on a Zoom call, and he goes, "Yeah, that's a fucking bagool right there. I know a bagool when I see one, and you got the bug ghoul."
A fucking bagool.
What is it? Why?
It's a
Why?
gabagool. Give me the gabagool.
It starts as the gabagool, and the next thing you know, you got the fucking marinara.
That's
fettuccine.
It's just banshees from the ceiling. I don't know. Just covered in pasta sauce, these banshees.
You've got a poultrygeist. Cooking a lot of chicken in the Italian household.
They sure are. So, fucking... I don't even... Yeah, so... Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, so this is where we're like, hey, this is what we need. This thing you can get at the dollar store that... We know exactly what it is when we see it.
I looked at one picture and I like fucking Chris McCandless, the guy that died in the bus in Into the Wild, based on a true story. I just automatically know what plant's the right one and which one won't kill me. Also, while I'm doing this research on how to prevent werewolf transformation, I'm not going to do the additional research required to know whether or not this is lethal to humans.
Nah.
We're just gonna roll the dice.
We don't have time to flip one more page.
You know, because I guarantee you it would be in that book, like in big block letters. Don't eat this one.
Yeah, don't have this near your body.
For fuck's sake.
I
don't know what monkshood is, but my mom sure knows how to get it from a Michael's.
Yeah, it's right next to the wreaths and the styrofoam balls.
The stray wicker.
Because you always need wicker unassembled. That's...
Yeah, and like flakes of silver or silver-coated things that the second you touch them, now you're covered in silver for a week and a half.
Yeah, sprayed on like snow for holiday trees, like all year round.
That's fine. Giant wooden letters. Just letters randomly.
Plastic roses and paint. Beads.
Tons of it.
And beads.
That's right.
And everything you need to make a small business. Our sponsor this week is Michael's. Get your Wolfbane, inject that shit right in your veins.
Yeah, dude, in your wolf veins.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so what we just said is exactly kind of what happens in this film.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, so this is monkshood, cousin to Wolfbane, because, well, that's just a plant as well.
Wolfsbane's probably like a fucking controlled substance in this place.
Oh, likely, yeah. It would be just as hard to get a plant. Just
He goes, well, they're perennials, but they only grow in the spring. Hey, you have a greenhouse, so you must know they exist. You could get perennials all year round because people grow them indoors with heat.
Nah, only outside forever. But also, who's growing monkshood? Because I don't even believe that's a real thing.
It is.
Is it?
And it's it's basically the same size and shape as the fucking dried version that they have in the movie. And it's just like a cute little long purple flower. That's it.
And it cures werewolves?
Well, I mean, the lore is, I don't know. Wolfsbane has always been like the thing that, yeah, you just like rub that. It's like throwing a clove of garlic at a vampire. You go, ooh, ouch.
I just don't understand why they weren't like, well, let's just get Wolfsbane.
What's
It's as believable as this, as you
let's
just
go
having...
to the school library and we'll just type in Amazon.com.
You got it. That's
You
the
know?
only place that has the internet.
Actually, Amazon.ca. My bad.
Ooh.
Canada.
eBay.
Cut to Ginger trying to shave werewolf hair off of her body. Like, do you imagine the hassle that it would take? I can't even keep my nuts smooth.
Oh, and let me tell you, like, there's no need to keep them smooth.
I disagree, personally. That's some information now that you just have about me. But these are very long, coarse, angry hairs.
Yes.
The dollar store razor, it's not even a Gillette. It's not going to even make a dent in that.
No. These are pubes on steroids.
Plus, you're in there for fucking what? It's like the hairs that fucking Brundlefly grows.
Oh, yeah.
How long are you going to be in there to shave your entire body of werewolf hair?
She pulls a cabin fever, too. She, like, nicks her leg and a dog's thumb comes out.
Yeah, buddy. That's a good thumb to have.
It's like...
It's right, not going to make picking things up any easier, though.
Right on your calf where thumbs belong.
Where they poke through every pant you wear.
Yeah.
You're not wearing the fucking spider tights ever again.
Nope. They're...
We're doing carpenter jeans or just bare leg.
Because you're going to put a run at every pantyhose you pull up there now.
The fucking bright side being that they just look like they're excited for Halloween all year round. So this is just part of the costume.
Yeah. I just had it surgically implanted.
Don't be discriminatory against my kinks.
I like werewolves all year round. Fucking... Yeah. Dog's thumb.
Dog's thumb.
Dog's thumb.
I didn't write anything until Bridget's outside and fucking Trina comes round. Trina comes round because her dog's missing.
Right.
And that's when we get the line. Now, again, with the turn of expectations, the same thing as when we were made to think that Jason was murdered instead of Norman the dog.
Mm-hmm.
This conversation starts with, "Where's my dog? I don't know where your dog is, Trina." And then Trina goes, "You know, he doesn't like you. He's a cherry hound, which means he only likes virgins." At which point I had to pause the movie and ask myself, are we still talking about a dog?
Well, now, had I heard that, I would have said, why do you know that about your dog?
Great question,
Why do you
Trina.
know your dog's preference in fruit?
But then she gets visibly upset and then says some jilted girlfriend bullshit, which makes it painfully clear that she's actually talking about Sam. And the general impression here is that Sam is trying to get in that puss.
Well, Sam is.
Not at first, but then, I think he warms up to the idea as time goes on.
As any pervert would. Ginger even calls him a perv for trying to get a minute alone with Brigitte to talk about werewolf shit.
Yeah, that's during the monkshood conversation, isn't it? Yeah, fucking Brigitte brings Ginger around, and then right after that, the next conversation that she has with Sam is like, "I know it's your sister. You brought her in and she looks like that."
Honestly,
I'm not a fucking retard. I know I smoke a lot of weed.
She's got teeth.
She's got teeth that are weird. Nobody, neither Jason's parents nor Ginger and Bridget's parents, noticed that you look like Bob Barker now.
Oh no!
In the teeth area.
Oh my god!
Why is your upper left thigh wiggling at dinner?
Why do I hear a? Every time I mention going outdoors was.
Every time I mention not having to go to school today.
Yeah. There's a lot of growling anytime I say the word vet around here.
How come you're just breaking the ribs apart and sucking out the marrow?
Well, that's just a normal teenage thing. You hit puberty and you become a monster.
So I guess the solution to this problem, that being there's just a teenage girl in our backyard, is to bring her inside against her will. Now, I'm a little bit upset with how this movie goes from here, because this isn't real. I mean, it's a kidnapping, but it's not much of one. She's been screaming in the backyard, in a very closed neighborhood where screaming has made people turn porch lights on before. Now, granted, they turned them right off when they couldn't just see somebody being raped and murdered.
They certainly didn't care when there was just a dog being ripped apart.
Or the other one.
Yeah, I feel like the porch lights were turned off, windows were closed.
Yeah.
And
they learned their lesson the first time they heard screaming.
Jeopardy
I don't want
was
to be a
turned
part of
right
that.
up.
What's it called? The fucking the Good Samaritan law? Like, if you witness a crime and you don't stop it, you're culpable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but, out of sight, out of mind, I turned those porch lights right off at 7.
It's a Etobicoke. We turned up City TV. We're watching Ed the Sock in here. What do you mean? Ed the Sock came on and I didn't hear anything after that.
He's a very loud puppet.
Hey, it was 1 a.m. We had City TV on. There was a porn fashion show. I don't know what to tell you.
The showcase at night gets hot and heavy, and I can't pull my eyes away.
I don't know what it is about Canadian television and after 11, but fashion television,
even 10.
There's just tits out, just walking around. I know it's fashion.
Right out.
I know it's fashion.
And then occasionally there will be a Spanish show where it's chicks in bikinis washing a car.
Yeah. Yeah, for no reason.
No, it's not part of a contest or anything. They're just fucking washing it.
I know it's fashion. My dad did not know it's fashion. He watched for the dirty part of it, which was few and far between, but still you'd see a vagina and you'd be like, well, why that's not.
He wasn't there for the RuPaul elements.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was
wasn't
there
critiquing
for
anything.
Yeah.
I think he was applauding when he was hooting and hollering at the TV.
Yeah. It's like going to NASCAR for the crashes.
Yeah. You go to the fashion show for the occasional nipple.
I wanted to point out, during the monkshood conversation as well, not sure we should be taking advice about a girl's changing body from a statutory rapist.
Yeah.
Hey, find another expert.
Maybe.
His expertise extends into areas that shouldn't be considered.
Hit Google. Do some research.
Yeah. Craigslist back page. You're going to find people who are a little bit more above board than this guy.
Oh, my God. Same conversation. Well, how do we apply it? Oh, I don't know. Inject it? I'm just a drug dealer. What do I know? What do I know? Let's just
Isn't
get a
that
needle
fucked?
and put it in your body.
I thought he just sold weed. Now he knows how to cook up like he's been doing heroin since 89.
But yeah. he does the cotton ball thing.
He sure does, dude.
Oh, my God.
He's got it all, even with the fucking lighter and the little spoon with the bent handle. Ah, good. You're well-versed in this. This isn't just a
Oh, my-
greenhouse, it's also black and white.
This is a house of many colors and
All of them will
herbs.
get you high as fuck, all right?
Oh my god.
So yeah, I don't like the way that the Trina thing is treated. Trinated. Bad. Try again. Because yeah, they bring her into the house and she throws up in the hand while they're arguing about what to do with her as like a joke, and they make it clear that it's a joke. At one point, milk gets spilled on the floor. So Trina escapes from the clutches of Ginger, who's really just trying to scare her because she deserves it,
Yeah.
and grabs a knife and then slips on the milk and bashes her head off of the counter. This could easily be explained away by just being honest about the fucking crime scene. Hey, we know this girl from school. She came over looking for her dog, slipped because we had milk on the floor, and bashed her head off the counter. I didn't kill her. Oh, guess what? Acquitted immediately. Charges dismissed.
Forensics say, yeah.
Instead,
This bitch slipped in milk.
let's put her in the meat freezer because I know my mom's coming home with groceries that she's going to need to put in the meat freezer. And then we'll bury her out back shallowly where my mom can find her.
Seems about right to me. That works.
Thus making
That's the
us
plan.
like you weren't a suspect because of the reality of the situation, and then you made yourself one by desecrating a corpse. You didn't commit any crimes, and then you committed a crime
Like, yeah,
in order to cover up your non-crime.
she did pull a knife out of the knife block, just put that back and be like,
Yeah.
this wasn't...
Also, you could argue self-defense at that point.
Yeah. But, again, she slipped on milk.
She did. It's her own damn fault. She's dead.
I've
Fuck her.
seen...
Throw her out back. The werewolf will get her anyway.
Oh, yeah. I've seen enough episodes of Forensic Files to know that...
Exactly.
Look, if you didn't commit a crime, there's no crime to find. That's all I'm going to say.
You won't be doing any time.
Yeah.
And if you do, it will be in freedom.
Or
It'll be free time.
or it'll be like the spice time, and you're doing it in a nice chili.
Oh, yeah. Parsley and sage. Rosemary sometimes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Some TYMES.
There's an H in there.
Fuck. So yeah, fuck it. They just chuck her in the freezer because
So, yeah.
you get that wicked scene you know is coming where mom's like, I gotta put this in the freezer.
What do we do with this body now that I've heard the car pull in and mom be in the doorway opening the door? We'll throw it in the freezer in 10 seconds. And then when she opens it to put the meat in it, 5 minutes later, Trina's completely frozen. As if they got the meat freezer on absolute zero. They got the meat freezer on whatever temperature's in space.
They got it in that area of Norway that goes dark for 6 months.
Yeah.
That's-
we got the special Arctic blast fucking month-long blizzard freezer.
It's that thing that they use on cooking shows to make ice cream like that.
We get brownouts a lot around here, and I want to make sure the meat keeps.
So
Also, Trina's eyes totally moved in the freezer. I want you to know that.
no,
Okay.
I believe it, but I don't want. It's a very dumb thing to do.
I also like that, and this speaks more to the nature of this mom as a character. She's opened the freezer. Fucking Trina's wide open eyes are right there, and she's got 1 pound of meat for 4 family members. Like, do better. All right. But regardless, Bridget's way of distracting her enough to not look in the freezer and close it is, hey, can you explain ingrained misogyny to me? Me, a 15-year-old girl. I know that the most exciting thing to you is to explain to me how to make myself perfect for a man for an hour with milk.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Great.
That ought to buy some time.
And she's like stoked, like, thanks for coming to me so that I can explain toxic masculinity to you so that you can fall victim to it later in life.
Let me teach you to be the perfect silent woman.
Yeah, a trad wife. You're already dressed like one.
I don't know what that is, but I assume it's an Amish funeral, Jay.
It's short for traditional wife.
Ah, yes.
The whole stay at home,
A
I
sister
clean
wife.
everything and cook everything.
She's the goth sister wife.
And, I'm like a child, seen and not heard.
She's like a goth Cracker Barrel. They got goth IHOP. They got femboy Hooters. just upset girl Cracker Barrel.
I forgot about Femboy Hooters. That shit would probably clean up these days.
Oh God. So we got what's her face frozen. She's froze.
Yeah.
They go check on her and she's
Once again,
chili.
she is now affixed to the meat freezer. They gotta chip her out with like a screwdriver, and they're bad at it because they just take fingers off.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what you were expecting to do with a hammer and a screwdriver to those fingers.
You're not gonna get it out intact.
Yeah.
They bring whole teams in to thaw people who freeze to death in the Arctic and shit for this exact reason. You try to pick it up, it's gonna it's like Mr. Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger was in there with his big gun telling people to chill.
I don't see why they just didn't hit it with a sledgehammer at that point.
Have it just crumble into a bunch of pieces at the bottom, and it'll stay there with like the snow that you gotta chip out once a month anyway.
Yeah. Oh, man, a bag of meat must have broke open in there. Big bag of fucking meat.
Yeah, big old bag of meat. I didn't know we were eating haggis for 2 months.
Freezer burnt haggis. We'll just throw that out. So the plan is we're gonna get her out of there. Yeah, we busted her fingers off. Who gives a whoop? She's dead. They get her out. Where are we burying her?
We're gonna bury her in the shed with all the gardening stuff that my mom loves to use.
Yeah.
And we're gonna dig down about 6 inches so like her nose is exposed.
Absolutely we are. We're not even going to put the floorboards back down.
Why is there a corpse doing the backstroke next to my loam?
Why are there a pair of tits poking up out of the dirt here? What's that?
You might as well have just thrown the body right at your mom. Look at this, bitch! How's that? You thought my period was bad?
Strung her up on wires and just marionetted her? Like, you might as well Weekend at Bernie's her out of there.
Just slap some sunglasses on her. Oh, we're going to the park.
She's very stiff today. She's got a bad back.
She's got rabies. Rabies and scabies. That little
rabies.
That little
rabies.
Brief insight into once again how dismissive this woman is of her fucking husband. Like we're in couples counseling, but it's clearly not working because he was like, I think they're up to something. I think our kids might be something wrong with them. Because they're not, for once in their lives, they're listening to you instead of ignoring every word out of your shithead bitch mouth. And then she's like, you don't know anything because penis. I knew having a man around here with his little dick would be causing me problems in the future.
Oh, his little dick.
I knew having a boy around Pendleton with his little dick.
Oh, is that Steve Smith? I could hear your pecker slapping between your thumbs.
Your little penis.
Oh, Christ. I fucking love that show.
Oh, American Dad, guys. One of the best shows ever. I don't care.
Little dick. So as we're burying the dead body, is she pretty? You think she's hot? You think she's pretty?
What are you gonna eat her? No, that would be the same as fucking her. Jesus.
I'm thinking about it though.
I sure am. I can't smell the blood. It's coagged.
So their new plan is they've got the body buried.
Yeah.
Now we're just gonna get out. Let's just run.
Fuck it.
Let's just go.
Bop ahead. What do they call it? We're gonna blow off. Which let me tell you, phrase that differently. Because Ginger already did that, and you weren't there.
I mean, you also just probably put down the one person who could get you the blow that you need.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not thinking it through.
Right?
You need like Brad Pitt and George Clooney in Ocean's 11 to really put this. Or the A-Team either, because they both love when a plan comes together.
They fucking love it.
It's their favorite thing.
They spent half an episode being like, well, I'm going to get in the van, and we're going to drive that van. Now, Mr. T, what are you going to do? I'm going to pity the fool.
Well, listen.
First of all.
The best plans are often the simplest, okay?
Yeah.
Well, you get in the van and you drive, you pity fools, and you don't allow suckers.
It's very clear that neither of us have watched the A-Team.
Well, I mean, there's more words that he uses to describe people disrespectfully, but I don't know them. I just know a mohawk and too many gold chains to not have scoliosis.
Yeah, that guy's posture's going goblin mode. I feel like he used the word turkey a lot. You turkey?
Yeah, turkeys. None of those either. Damn. Which, what do you do on Thanksgiving? Ham? Gross.
That's just, that's not right.
No,
that's not right.
Yeah, it's a loaf of meat. What are you doing to yourself?
I don't know. They can't keep Ginger inside. They can't let her out.
Yeah, she's got to. Something's got to be done. All right, because
something's got to be done.
You're looking more and more like a dog every day.
Yeah, people are starting to ask questions.
Like, why are you panting in the back of class?
People are no longer turning their heads as you walk down the hallway because you've
not
blossomed.
Yeah, they're not turning their heads because blood suddenly escaped their brain and went to the penis.
They're going, what's that dog smell?
What's that dog smell and look on your face?
Smells like dog. Anyway.
Shower, Ginger. You just got your period.
That's the problem, though. It's wet dog.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. There's no winning when you're a dog.
No, you really... Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So they drop some fingers as they're trying to load this body up in the dirt.
Yeah,
That's important to know.
It is. It's so important that let's get a slow zoom at Worm's eye, just in case you didn't notice that they dropped the fingers.
They dropped one finger short of a shocker. So, just if you're wondering which two, just picture two of them.
Yeah, the two that go together.
Yeah.
If you're doing it the traditional way.
The traditional way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Which is, of course...
Well, it's 2 and 1, not 1 and 2, or 3 and either.
Just all of them together at once.
All in! You're gonna be shocked.
Oh my god. You're not gonna believe this.
You're gonna be shocked and startled.
Ripley's believe this or not.
William Shatner's weird or what?
William Shatner's weird or what's in my asshole? Oh my god.
Just William Shatner's weird or what's that?
Oh my god.
Fuck.
So we're
yeah.
Where are we?
We're at puberty really hit Jeff hard, which is weird because I thought that the whole thing is like she gets scratched by the werewolf, Ginger does, right? And then her shoulder heals before she loses enough blood from it to die.
Yeah.
Even though she was worried about that.
Yeah.
And then later on in the movie, Emily Perkins, they share blood again and she fucking, her hand heals real quick. Jeff's cystic acne, though, you might as well hit the fucking overdrive button on that shit. They hit the nitrous on that acne.
Jeff looks like he's riddled with syphilis.
Yes, he sure does. Not in places you would ordinarily get it.
Yeah, he looks ill enough that people should be like, hey,
go home, please. Are you
man.
Contagious?
Like, you have to go to the... where's this concern? This nurse is only concerned when women are blossoming.
Yeah, that's it.
She's only
it's
there
her favorite thing to talk about.
She's fielding questions about periods. She's dodging actually sick kids who need help. And Jason's growing a penis out of his butt.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, grindhousemovieclub@gmail.com, but when you hit puberty, the acne takes a minute to hit. You might get, like, a blemish here and there. But his fucking face looks like Mount Vesuvius overnight.
His face looks like he's got a literal infection.
Yeah, like deep skin, whole head infection.
He looks like Dr.
It's one giant zit with various areas of explosion.
Dr. Pimple Popper would just fucking cream.
And I would throw up.
She would not know what to do with it.
I would throw directly up.
Just slap it around a bunch.
It would probably work.
Probably.
Anyway, I'm gonna corner Emily Perkins in the fucking janitor's bathroom. You know where the fucking bathroom? Janitor's closet. And, I'm gonna ask why the fuck I'm growing a tail just because I banged her sister.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are a little weirder than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking a big game about how she was gonna rock his world and, like, it was like a big thing.
What happened?
Yeah, is this not the first time you've had sex?
I would. Like, this is just. It goes back in later.
That's your butt penis now.
Yeah, it just makes things more lively in the bedroom.
It's your dick butt. It gives you options.
Kind of literally that. Hilarious.
By the way, and like when you picture this, it's just a little nubbin.
It grows later. It gets longer later.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they start taping it for like gym class and shit.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty much halfway down the thigh at that point.
It looks like a naked cat's tail.
It does.
That's what it looks like.
Sphinx's tail.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah. Jason's got some questions about his changing body that
he sure does.
Bridget can't help with.
A 15-year-old girl probably can't answer.
Yeah. Maybe you should have waited to have sex with my sister. I don't know what to tell you. You guys didn't wait, and now this is what happens. This is when you don't wait. This is what happens.
So during this, because
abstinence is key.
It sure is. Do you have your purity ring on, Matt?
It's made of silver.
Mine's a cock ring.
So's mine.
Awesome.
Mine's the kind for pleasure, though. It's not like a.
Well, it's not very pure.
No.
And chaste.
It's all for me.
Yep.
I'm very greedy.
Not really a giving lover.
It's my fucking ring.
But here's fucking janitor. Now, I wanted to call him by a name that wasn't his horribly butchered actual Korean name because I can't speak Korean or pronounce things properly. So his name is Janitor because that's what he's credited as, unfortunately. Saves the day on this one. Being a nice guy once again. Just being a nice guy and preventing what probably when he opened the door looked like a rape. Looked like a rape in progress.
Yeah, he happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yep, he sure did. So that gets Jason to fuck off to accost even younger children in a park. So, you know, once again.
He's just not a great guy.
No.
Just not
too many great guys in this movie.
No. Is this she like at some point she rips out her belly ring. I don't know. I don't remember when that is, but she does rip it out when she's like, I've had enough of this. And I think she becomes more wolf after that.
Well, yeah, the transformation does amp up after she rips the belly button ring out.
I think, to be honest, I think I'm behind. I think this is way late. This is when they put her in the freezer.
Yeah. They have that whole fucking argument together between each other about what to do with Trina and whatnot, and that's when she's like, this isn't working. And it's fine. I mean, it kind of was, though. As evidenced by the fact that you're a hairless beast, like, a day later. I like the practical effects in this movie because when you see the werewolf, it kind of looks like it's just, like the Invisible Man's skin-tight suit, vacuum-packed over top of pure muscle. Just the way that, like, the contours and the shapes of the, I don't even know what you would call it, prosthetic are eventually. It looks like he's bulging with desire.
It does. Desire.
Yeah, fucking. Why is Mom disappointed?
Mom just wants to know what's going on. She's just like, what's up with my girls?
Yeah, so the plan was to call in sick to school for Ginger and then say that we're going to school to Mom. And then all that entire plan thwarted by the one attentive teacher in the entire school that actually calls after a sick girl. Hey, I just wanted to know how you fucking feeling. And then, oh shit, the jig is up. All right, peace.
They really didn't plan for that.
Bridget, we didn't plan for the thing that schools do.
Could have just left the phone off the hook all day.
Yeah. Could have intercepted the voicemail. You're not going to school.
Ferris Bueller could do it. Why not you?
And he's a ghost. So yeah, let's corner Bridget in the crafts room so that you can see the monk's hood with your fucking eyes and ask you what's going on with your sister. And then, even though I said earlier you guys aren't chained together at the hip, I'm going to be disappointed in you for your sister's actions and punish you as if you're the problem. I'm very disappointed, Bridget. Yeah, I can't control my pubescent sister. As a matter of fact, this is the time where you can control my sister the least. For the next 3 to 4 years, buckle up.
What do you want me to do?
I'll be in my room that used to be ours, and she'll be wherever she is.
Getting laid.
Yeah.
Because she's a teen.
That's right. Drinking.
And, like, even right here, she's like, yeah, Mom, it's always been cool that you guys just, like, don't parent.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. I really enjoyed.
It's fucking fantastic the way she. And the mom is like, oh, sick. I could just keep doing that.
I had no idea if that was working. I was just not going to try anything else ever.
My absence as a guardian is actually, you're liking this.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
I'm a really jazzy mom.
Where's the Baileys? I might as well lean into it.
Oh, yeah. It's Mom's wine time.
Shaky mommy's wine time.
Oh, God.
It's going to be real hard to weave this wreath together unless I get a couple more in me.
I gotta
steady my hands for this fucking fucking macrame. What's the one needlepoint? That's
crochet.
What it is.
Or needlepoint. I wouldn't want to be handling a needle if I was shaky.
No. You got the DTs. Your shit's gonna come out like an LSD victim drew it.
You need to crochet. That's. There's really those needles are very dull.
It's good for hand-eye coordination.
Sure is. So yeah. She's like, oh great, that's awesome. My vacant parenting. It's really done it.
And that's fine because it explains how nobody noticed that Ginger lost all of her teeth and then like a shark grew another set.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody took her to the dentist when her teeth became
filed.
Jagged.
Yeah, fucking Christ.
Well, Ginger, she's different. She's probably down there doing that to herself. They're fake teeth. They're Halloween teeth.
Oh yeah, it's just part of the. It's just like the fingers. This is part of the thing. It's part of their postmortem photography that they haven't done because there haven't been any school projects that I've heard of because nobody's going to school anymore.
Right. Oh yeah, and after what's her face slips and cracks her skull open, they pretend to do photography to cover up all the blood.
It's for extra credit. Yeah,
I'm sure there was one person that sitting there was like, well, what about the mess? You know, how did they deal with the mess? We glossed over that.
Yeah,
they pretend to take dead photos.
That's true, and that's also when the mom says immaculate in 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then
which the way she says it, you know, she says that every day when she comes home to them.
Mm-hmm.
This house isn't clean enough because one chair is askew. You're grounded.
Your shoes aren't completely just at the right angle that I need them to be at.
They're not parallel with the door on the mat? Unbelievable. I can tell you've stepped recently.
You get this dog shit out of the house. Yeah. So I forgot about that, but that happens. So where's Ginger? What's Ginger up to?
Ginger, we needed to go to sleep with a baseball bat beside her because now she's starting to creep us out a little bit. So when she gets up earlier to go to the bathroom, we're just going to board that door.
Well, first of all, we're going to catch her cutting her tail off.
Yeah, trying real hard to do that. And then, that's obviously not going to solve the problem. It's just going to fucking grow back.
Yeah. And there's veins in there.
Yeah, lots of blood.
Yeah, you have to tape it down. It obviously wags.
Yep.
What do you think you're cutting? It's not a dick.
There's also bone in there.
Oh,
you can tell because it's ribbed for her pleasure.
And if you're getting pleasure out of that, well, you need to take a long, hard look at what you masturbate to.
Or with.
So the plan, we got the monk's hood tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're gonna use it. We're gonna get the fuck out of here.
We're going.
So we lock Ginger in the bathroom.
Yeah, as if she hasn't exhibited the ability to be much stronger than a wooden door.
It's an unfinished basement. All she has to do is turn to her side and go under the drywall.
Apparently, all she has to do is what Bridget does later in the movie, which is kick a board out, and then suddenly we're in the crawl space under the stairs, and we just have access to the whole basement from there.
Yeah, this basement's weird, where it's got like this secret room that everybody knows about but can't get to.
It's not quite that secret, is it?
No. So we lock Ginger in the bathroom.
And we go visit Sam, who at this point, for an adult, has really gone all in on believing these two young girls about werewolves existing, with no evidence or proof.
That's a good sign of a healthy adult.
And he's so willing to believe this fantasy that's been concocted by two girls who are clearly psychologically unhinged as per the project that they presented earlier this month.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to provide you with the means to kill your sister because I don't know what this does.
Yeah.
And we're just going to cook it up, though, and put it in a syringe. And just as a heads up, worst case scenario, she dies and is not a werewolf anymore, I guess.
I mean, that's a pretty good scenario.
Go free. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Sam, for a murder weapon. And now you're accessory to that murder if things go south.
Yeah. So we're gonna cook up this Michael's dried flour that we're gonna trust isn't coated with anything.
It's probably got some kind of preservative on it so that the flowers don't continue to wilt.
It probably does.
We'll make sure to boil that right.
Yeah. No. Let's just make this really quick in a dirty needle. In a
dirty needle I just have lying around next to pesticides and lime.
Let's just get a cotton ball from God knows where and just put that in the soup.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's for. I guess to stop the chunks from getting...
That is, yeah. It acts like a filter.
I don't like that he knew that. He knew that right away.
From hell. Johnny Depp.
Oh, no.
Also, I've seen so many fucking heroin documentaries. Are you kidding me? I basically could do it right now.
Well, I hope you don't. Not right here, right now, please.
You'll not know until I fall asleep. Standing up.
Jay really just has a big problem with gravity these days. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Jay looks like his back needs a rest, but he won't sit.
Jay, just take a knee, Jay. Please.
Okay, if I do, I won't get up. So she's got the fucking syringe, and I'm gonna walk back through the park, and now we cut to an episode of I Was a Teenage Werewolf, because it's broad fucking daylight, and Jason is just preying on... First of all, we're doing this in the middle of the day, which means that class is still in session. And now we have a lone 5 to 6 year old child in a cow costume because it's Halloween Eve. It's not. It's Halloween noon. With a pumpkin bucket. And yeah, he's dressed like a cow because he's fucking cattle. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Fine. But where are your parents in this park? Matter of fact, at noon, where are any parents in this park? You're telling me there's no toddlers that need to go on the swings? There's enough time for a fucking semi-grown teenage werewolf to almost eat a child.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lone child in a park.
What else do you do with them?
You need a parent if there's more than one lone child. That's the thing.
Oh, the one is fine.
Yeah, one child on his own, fine. You get a couple together, you don't know what they're going to get up to.
Anyway, I say I was a teenage werewolf because this, for some reason, this shot looks like it was shot like that, like an episode of that fucking low-budget ass show.
I guarantee you the camera tilted to an angle.
Yeah.
And just...
Like one of those Desire I'm Evil angles.
Yeah, I can picture like the show. I picture
even like the spin around. You almost expect like the same sound you hear in kung fu movies when somebody misses a chop.
Yeah, you get the same sort of like it's the same sort of Buffy the Vampire kind of thing.
Yeah.
Very cheesy.
Indeed.
Very corny to look at with your eyes. Very.
Who's
dumb.
letting their kid out trick or treating at fucking 1:30? I haven't even bought the candy yet.
Who? Yeah. What parent was like? Yeah, 7-year-old. I know there's a monster killing dogs.
At least here there's that.
Yeah, you dressed as an animal.
An
the
edible
size of
one.
a dog.
One that's tasty as well.
Get out there. Get your bucket and you bring me back some candy.
You scamp.
It's child, he's putting the child to work.
Yeah. Violates some labor laws, I'm sure.
Yeah, bring me the candy and then you get eaten by the wolf. It's fine.
Anyway, once again, becoming a werewolf turns you into a fucking rapist because... What are the first words out of Jason's mouth? Oh, good. A chick. Hey, man. Werewolves sure do have some interesting priorities.
Yeah, they do. First, you're taking candy from a baby, and now a chick.
Something even worse.
Yeah, you're taking something...
You're taking cherries from a teen.
Something you can't quite put back the right way.
No.
So yeah, there's a little scuffle, and I think
Yeah. Oh well. Rightfully so. Jason gets needled in the throat.
That's what you get.
And he passes out for a brief moment, and he wakes up as if we just cleansed the demon.
Yeah, this monk's hood's like that ultra effective.
All you got to do is take a fucking quick 10-minute power nap, and you wake up totally ashamed of everything you've done in the past week and a half.
Kind of makes me think that you might not need to inject it if it works that fast.
Probably,
Maybe just having it in your mouth.
Or,
in your tummy, make a tea out of it.
Rubbing it on your gums like chewing tobacco.
Nah.
As long as I get it into my bloodstream somehow.
Nah, we got to tie... She didn't even tie off either.
No.
Just right in the neck.
You don't really need to tie off when you're shooting into the jugular vein. I think we're good.
I also love that, like, right in the neck, like, where's the jugular? I don't know. I couldn't point it out to you. She just goes...
Yeah,
right in the old esophagus.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna hit a vein. I might keep going.
Hit the windpipe, fucking
fine.
Out the other side.
Where can I put this where there's blood? Just anywhere inside?
Yeah, I guess if it just needs to get into the blood, like, blood's gonna come out.
just squirt it on the floor.
I mean, put it in his dick hole. That's where the.
I'm gonna sound you with monk's hood.
Well, that's where the major bleeding is happening. I feel like you apply it directly to the affected area, it's gonna be better.
It's like roid away.
Roid away. That doesn't. You can't just away those. They're very much for business. Yeah. So it gets injected, of course.
Bridget gets back to school just in time to be called into the office.
You know what?
Yeah, she goes home. And the door's been busted open because that's what happens when you keep a wolf inside a room.
That is what happens. If you let a werewolf just be a werewolf in a room, it's not going to be good.
And she's like, fuck. And so she scrambles out into the ether, and that's when she runs into Jason. And then she goes to school because apparently Ginger only knows 3 places. and home, the back of Jason's car, and school. And we've eliminated 2.
We did eliminate 2.
So must be school. Right away. Bridget, get to the fucking guidance office. Now, I don't like that the principal is, or the teacher that dislikes them for their project is also apparently the guidance counselor.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
I think there might be a conflict of interest there a little bit because you're no longer, like, you have more of a bias because you're encountering these students all day. Mm-hmm. So you shouldn't get to make judgmental life choices for them. It's a different profession entirely.
Yeah, no,
two different degrees. One of them psychological.
Yeah, and well, one, you're just a fucking teacher who's mad at them. Is like, I don't want you to do this shit anymore. It's bad.
The other one, you spend an entire day trying to mask your hangover.
So it's the much more desirable of the two, to be honest. I feel like you could be hungover at both of them.
You could probably.
Giving advice to teens, you don't need to be fully there for that. That doesn't matter. They don't fucking matter.
At this point, I wrote down, and I think they get away with it because it's a Canadian film, but this is a post-Columbine movie, and yet in the background, there are students still cripped up as if gang colors weren't the first thing to go. I immediately saw, like, the one black student in the whole school, blue bandana, blue plaid button-up.
Oh,
that's the Crip uniform. Go to East LA, you're going to see 8 of those before you see 7 people.
Fucking takes him to get anywhere because he's sea walking.
That's tough. It's like you got polio in one leg.
It's all ankle too.
Yeah. Better not hit a pebble. You're gonna roll that shit.
When Jason was bothering that boy,
he
wasn't dressed as a cow. He was dressed as a Dalmatian.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I see black and white and I think cow.
Well, I mean, he just sees a dog.
That's fair.
Just another dog to kill.
Yeah, even okay.
Dog-sized child, dog costume.
I'm down. I had to make like a weird metaphorical leap. Turns out I didn't have to put that much effort in.
No.
Sick.
So yeah, here we are, just getting some guidance from the good old counselor.
Apparently, he was really good at guiding my claws into his face. Real good at that.
She was gonna tell my mommy I didn't go to school, so I murdered him.
Really gruesomely.
Yeah.
I didn't even try to entice him into the fucking closet or anything. Nah, I just made a mess of the office. It'll fit with the Halloween theme.
A crime deserving of the punishment.
And now right in the guidance office. Right in the guidance office where guidance is meant to be provided to children.
Yeah.
Is where we're going to begin the conversation about how orgasmic it is to commit murder.
They're really beyond guidance at this point.
All right, give me a sec. Lock the door. I'll be back with something to clean the mess up.
Yeah, just exactly all of the janitor's tools.
I'm going to take that entire janitor's cart, and then somehow the janitor who was right beside the cart is going to make it to the guidance office before I do.
She takes the long way.
Why?
To not get seen. People are going to be like, hey, why is she pushing that janitor's thing with... You know how famously janitors have all of the tools to clean up a murder.
That's right.
They have every tool.
Well, it's mostly just bleach.
Yeah.
Bleach and a rag.
Who's
got a UV light at a high school?
The police, when they're looking for a murder. They do bring those around. They're not location based.
Well, then fuck cleaning. Let's just get the fuck out. We're talking about leaving town anyway. Who cares at this point? Now I've committed a real murder. As opposed to just the coincidental one.
How about this? Fucking give her the monk's hood.
Right then give it to her?
This looks like it was done by a werewolf. Well, I'm not one of those.
I'm sure am. Look at my fingers. These nails are trimmed.
Yeah, boy, it looks like a big scary monster did this. I'm just a 16-year-old widow girl.
You raise a great point. I can't help but notice that there are the same marks as there were on these dogs that have been just popping up for weeks and weeks.
Huh. He must have got in here and done this.
Weird.
This fucking piece of shit must have tried to give that thing some guidance.
Nah.
And then it got counseled all up in here.
It did. It got...
He's lying there in a pile of counsel.
His entire future was planned out. And it was short.
Quite abrupt.
But yeah, the janitor gets into the room, and then when Bridget gets back, well, the janitor... For all of his just trying to be kindly and nice.
This man has done nothing but kind things.
Just helpful. Trying to calm down students that are visibly upset.
Just a nice presence at the school.
He's cleaning up period blood in bathroom stalls probably all day.
Well, judging by the amount that comes out of Ginger,
At
yeah.
least, like bare minimum.
And what does he get for all of his efforts?
Killed.
No, before that he gets picked up and dragged around like a puppet, saying, "Let me touch your boobies."
He gets a lot of that. Yeah, I forgot about that part.
They're very disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. And then, throat cut, and then the conversation about, well, tying killing in with, and again, this is post-Columbine. We're going to have a conversation in the hallway of a high school about how committing murder is sexually thrilling. It's the most exciting thing that you'll ever do in your life. It feels great. We're at a high school.
Yeah.
Canada. Well, it turns out we're worse.
I'm just dripping over here thinking about murder. Just nothing gets my nipples just cutting glass, like the thought of ending a life, you know?
Yeah, you do contemplate it and wonder, that's the ultimate power, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Watching the light leave somebody's eyes.
Just magic. And then you just jerk right the fuck off in there. That's what you do. Because your dick's hard, and what else do you do at that point? They don't mind.
I almost choked. You just jerk right the fuck off, don't you?
I wrote, I don't know what's worse, being used as a living puppet while bleeding out, or being accused of being a pedophile right before being thrown into a glass and murdered.
Both are worse.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Or being accused of being a pedophile while also being mimicked in a silly voice.
I'm just happy she didn't do an accent.
Let me touch your boobies.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
You know?
it was very classy the way she did that.
Yeah, there was no chopsticks involved.
She said boobies and not anything else. I'm not gonna say it.
Fuck.
So yeah, he dies pretty abruptly after that, and then
And then we're outside doing yard work, and that's when Mom finds the fingers. Actually, Dad finds the fingers and is concerned. And then once again, belittling ass wife goes, "You fucking retard! This is about your little penis, isn't it? This is obviously one of their projects, and only I would know that as their mother, who also has a hole."
That's right. We
just
match.
just push the fucking lawnmower and bring home the bacon. All right,
You piece of shit.
God.
As she puts the fingers in a Ziploc container and puts it in the fridge with two of the most 90st looking couches magneted up on the fridge.
I didn't get to see that.
It's like they cut it out of a flyer for like Leon's, but
Oh my God, yes.
it is
Sears catalogs fucking magneted up there.
the fucking oldest couch in the entire world.
Was it like a flower and leaf pattern?
No. It was,
No?
It was a little more modern, but it was still like, you picture it's the 90s.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody had this couch. If not, you put a magnet up on your fridge and you dreamed of it. You're like, fuck, one day I'll spend thousands of Canadian dollars in the year 2000 on this couch.
Yeah. And my kids won't sit on it because it's got that weird fabric that fucking tangles and moves when you touch it. And I hate that.
Well, judging by the amount that's coming out of them on their periods, they better not be sitting on this couch.
They better be sitting on 8 towels on this couch.
They'll sit on the floor. Oh God. So yeah, this is she puts it right in the fridge. Keep those fingers
That's fine.
fresh.
And then we get a very knowing a shot of her knowing exactly what that is, which is real human fingers.
Like yeah. Why else are you putting? Are they fake? Or are they real? Why are they in the fridge? If they're fake, why are you preserving them? Also, why are you preserving them?
I don't know.
Throw them out.
It doesn't make sense. Later on, she's like, "Don't worry, we'll do this together as a family, minus my husband, who I'm just gonna burn down the house and leave him sleeping in it, probably."
That's kind of what they made it sound like.
It was totally like it sounded like the implication that she was trying to make. He'll only slow us down. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything. I'm your mother. Fucking yeah, Ed Gein's mother.
I'm your mother, and when pushed just right.
I don't mind a match in gasoline.
Oh boy.
Holy shit, that's her first idea. Well, that's fine. I'll just torch our home.
Yeah. It's just a murder I'm not involved with, but
Holy fuck.
let me get involved. We'll just burn the whole house down. Put the bodies in there. Do a little murder cover up.
On the way out, while Bridget is in charge of dealing with the dead Korean janitor, goes, I'll go say hi to Sam for you. Why are you even targeting the guy? Are you just like jealous of the fact that somebody's vaguely interested in you? Like, so when Ginger and Sam first met while they're doing the monkshood conversation, she makes a bunch of jokes about, well, if he rapes you, don't come crying to me, which, good sister, good big sister.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she does fucking say that, doesn't she?
Yikes. And then he goes,
big yikes.
I don't think of you that way. I don't know at what point in the movie that changed. Probably when he was showing her how to cook and shoot heroin, theoretically.
I don't think about you in that way. Just all of the time for weeks. And I try and find you all of the time.
It's weird, Sam, because all of your behaviors and statements would indicate to me that you're constantly thinking of me in that way.
This isn't sexual. I just need to know where you are.
I'm going to give you the means to put something sharp into your body. That's not a metaphor.
So I thought that she was going after Sam because she doesn't want to be cured.
I think she's going after Sam just because, for the same reason as Janitor, she's trying to sort of protect her sister and get rid of people who know that she's a werewolf.
That's
because
fair.
Guidance counselor / teacher, then Janitor, and the guidance counselor is going to rat him out, and now Sam, who's part of the whole process.
True. I assumed, because it seems like she's really enjoying being a werewolf and doing her werewolf thing.
Until she's sobbing in the bathroom over the toilet 3 times every 20 minutes.
That's fair.
And being like, I'm scared, I'm sorry.
But it's like an on and off thing.
It is.
She's menstruating, she becomes a werewolf. When she's not menstruating, she's not a werewolf, I guess. So now she's
less of one.
Maybe she's menstruating and she's just like, I don't.
Maybe it's werewolf time after all.
Like I forget if she like let her in, like, hey, we've got the cure, and she's like, I don't want that. But I feel like that was what was happening.
I don't think at any point she said that she didn't want it.
Okay.
It's her motives are kind of nebulous.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair.
it was made really clear that she was going to be given it without her knowledge and potentially against her will.
Mm-hmm.
That was sort of the whole thing, like, oh, just sneak up on her and stick it in her. But maybe that was just because she would have reacted violently to being stabbed with a needle and just a strange liquid from a pedophile. I wouldn't like that.
No, not many people would.
I don't want any pedophile's strange liquid. I was going to make that clear and leave it.
Yeah, I'm not going to let a pedophile inject me, that's for sure.
No.
Keep your pedophile juices to yourself.
I don't care if he's a monk or has his hood up or anything.
You know what? I prefer not to know about his hood. You keep that.
Yeah, or his tranquil status.
Yeah.
He could be good at meditation all day. I don't care.
Cut or uncut. Fuck off. So we're at the greenhouse. It's a party, and Mom's picked up Bridget on the side of the road because she's trying to get there first, and she's just not going to. Simply not.
No, there's no way. Also, when Bridget gets in the car, she just fucking, I know what you did, like, just fucking plops that Tupperware with the fingers right down on her and just looks at her like, yeah, gotcha. Like, Chris Hansen, why don't you have a seat right here in this van?
I gotcha. And now let Mommy make it all better.
Yeah.
No.
It's cool. Oh.
That's the mommy noise I have to make it.
Happen. I'll just burn the house down. We'll live on the road.
What about Dad?
As criminals.
Fuck him.
He'll just blame me. Oh, so your marriage, the counseling's not working.
It doesn't.
It's not working at all.
Considering her first thought was burn Dad alive in the house, not even just like send him to the store and.
Yeah, send him to the store for cigarettes, like a reverse.
Yeah. Just a very specific store really far away that's got milk.
Yeah, I need more monkshood, and the only art supply, the only Curry's is in the next county over.
Don't worry, I'll get you that monkshood. I'm just a good husband. Off to get monkshood and, I don't know, milk, cigarettes. Seems like we're out of both.
Probably a couple beers, because I need them to deal with you.
Where the hell are all my cigarettes going?
Ginger shows up at this fucking party and just busts her way through, stealing beers and making out with random guys until she finds the secret back room where Sam is doling out $50 eighths of weed in Ziploc bags. And for some reason, he's pissed off that one of them comes up short, as if he didn't bag it himself.
Yeah, what's he doing? Come on.
Not good enough is the answer.
These are huge eighths. That's a full bag.
That looks like a half ounce to me.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I mean, he knows that she's a werewolf at this point.
Yeah.
You think he'd be more alarmed that she was there?
Yes. Because obviously she hasn't been spiked yet. Because her face still looks like a wearer's face.
Mm-hmm. And she's at full werewolf gal mode because she's got the most blonde in her hair now.
Yeah. She's got, the
running
whitest,
to the party really
the whitest hairs.
put a couple streaks in her.
And this is when Ginger forces herself onto, once again proving my point, that slowly becoming a werewolf also makes you a sexual assailant. Because, and this is also where we find out that Sam is just a liar. Because while Ginger's doing all this, he keeps going, no, what about Brigitte, your sister? I would much rather have your sister than you. You kind of look like you've aged 30 years.
You kind of look like a dog. You look like a fucking dog is what you look like.
You look like a fucking dog, not even one of the hot ones.
Her nose is doing the dog thing. Like, she looks like a
where
dog.
it turns upward slowly, like she's from fucking Whoville.
Yeah, what was with that, by the way?
I don't know.
Why are you so angry about it?
Because Jeffrey Tambor. And also, it looks, the fucking makeup looks horrible in that movie.
It does.
Holy shit, I love Jim Carrey, but god damn, guys.
So...
That's the best you could do with that cartoon? Like, you made it look like everybody got that fucking palm to their nostril up into their brain.
Yeah.
Everybody in Whoville's got brain damage from martial arts attacks.
They got bone fragments up on their brains.
Yeah, that explains a lot. That's why they love Christmas as adults.
Apparently, Jim Carrey had to train with like the CIA for like interrogation resistance, and that's how he put up with sitting in the makeup chair.
6 hours.
Yep.
6 hours a day.
Yep.
And that's just putting it on. Like, dude.
I imagine taking it off is just like, get this off.
So, yeah, you peel it back like your face is melting. And so Catherine Isabel in this movie had to use borax to get the makeup off of her body. Which is a laundry detergent.
Is that what that is? Because it also crystallizes.
It's essentially baking soda. Like, there's more to it than that, but that's...
Huh.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I think there might be lye involved, which...
I think at that point, I would just keep it on my face for the movie.
The whole time. The movie was shot in 6 weeks. It's a month of your time.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to sleep on my belly.
No, it's cool.
Yep.
You touch it up for 30 minutes, and I don't give a shit about what my face looks like underneath until I can get Accutane.
That's right. Peel it off and just take a layer of skin with it, please.
The first breath of fresh air in a month. That probably feels so good.
Oh, the inside of that would smell like a cast. She would stink far worse than any dog could ever.
It's fine. It's method acting. I'm Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh my god. So so this is the scene where, look, I don't want to body shame Jay.
Okay.
And I had never considered this.
Okay.
Up until this point. When you become a werewolf,
right,
you obviously take on werewolf features.
Yes.
You take on the features of a wolf.
Sure.
While still having your features be vaguely human.
Some.
You know, you get a little bit of both. You put them together. Now, this answered a question I've never had. I know you've never. Well,
you know.
I assume you've never had because I've never had it.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's ever had this question. But when you go from person to werewolf, what's the nipple situation like? Let me tell you, she's got 6 of them.
I was going to
go
say,
down her tummy.
Literally wrote right here, I hope Sam's a tit guy because she's got 6.
Yep, all the way down to her belly button.
I'm and originally I had said multiple, and I said it out loud as I was writing it. My roommate was in the room, and he goes, don't most women have multiple tits? And I was like, Ryan, multiple sets.
Yeah, we're
She blinks one set and then she blinks a completely different set.
Oh my god, that reference was on point.
Yeah, it was. Fuck yeah.
Oh my god. She got 6 titties.
It's a good number. I am surprised Sam wasn't like, fuck yeah.
I would have been like,
dude,
holy.
we're going to need a bigger boat.
I don't got enough hands to pinch all these suckers. What do we do? You're like playing like an operator in the 50s. Like, no, just twisting knobs.
Hang on, let me patch you in.
Hello, telephone 413. This is nipple. This is belly button nipple left. Yes. I'm patching you through to nipple boob.
This is left middle quadrant.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
Dogs have gross nipples.
They sure do, and they are all everywhere.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was kind of just like, there's fucking nipples. I thought they were going to be human nipples.
Yeah, Sam is the only person in this movie capable of rebuffing a sexual assault by just using his hands to push someone. Gets his arm broken for his trouble. Also, while this is happening, Bridget's somehow inside, but not. She just disappears for a moment. I don't really remember where she fucking went. But she told Mom to wait in the van. And then Mom waits in the van for all of about 5 minutes before she grabs the Tupperware with real human fingers and walks into the party with it. And, like, stumbles around crowds like she's never been in one in her life.
I don't see why. She...
Put that shit in the trunk, bro.
Yeah. Why are you bringing it in where you're just going to get it lost? It's going to end up in somebody's food. There's going to be a whole, like, sitcom episode about it.
I remember what happens.
Where
and Bridget shows up in the middle of... I thought it was Christian Slater, but it's not. This guy, Sam, is also in Final Destination 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's the goth guy. But, yeah, she shows up before Mom loses patience and walks into the party. And then... I think they just knock Ginger the fuck out.
I wrote she gets thrown off the bone and goes full dog face.
She does go full dog face.
And then this is where Bridget cuts herself and they do
yeah, they share blood again, and then she's like, remember how you're a fucking bitch to me for the past month and a half?
What did I write here?
Periods don't really last that long. They do the same thing my grandfather and uncle did at a bar when they were like 30.
They do the old venereal how do you do? The old emo deal closer.
Nice. Oh, okay, let's go.
And then I wrote, they became blood sisters for a third time this movie. It's a different kind of blood sister.
They never get to become period blood sisters.
No, they don't.
It's just one-sided there.
Yeah, it's sad. Ginger was never forced to watch Bridget leak. It's sad. It's sad.
It is. You know, it's a very important part of growing up as a young lady. You want to be able to share that with your siblings.
So we got so now that they've swapped blood, Bridget is now a werewolf.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's, oh yeah, I'm taking you home and we're going to both deal with this problem together, like besties.
But I'll tell you what, Sam's not having any of that.
No,
because that's too easy.
Because you just broke my arm, though.
That's right. Yeah, there was at least a big crack, and he spends the rest of it just holding it weirdly. So he digs her face, is what he does.
Yeah, he does. He's a huge fan of putting shovels in faces.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, now you've contaminated your soil later with werewolf blood and just girl blood.
Mm-hmm.
Little do we know that Bridget had a master plan, which was, I'm going to make sure that she knows that I'm in on this with her and that we're stuck together forever. So now I can get her home and trick her into getting needled like the world's worst drug dealer.
This is a very flimsy plan.
So are all of their plans. Every single one of their plans sucks.
This plan really banks, just like in Freddy vs. Jason, really banks on Bridget staying unconscious in the back of that van while they transport her.
Yeah, Ginger, but yeah.
What did I say?
I said Bridget. It's fine.
I'm glad I didn't say Jason.
They're gothically interchangeable.
They are.
So yeah, just chuck her into the van. Not even gonna check up to see where my mom's at, whether or not she's still in the car. Nah, fuck her. We're just gonna leave her at the party and go straight home.
She probably ended up getting drunk or something. Having a good time. I hope anyway.
Yeah. As far as practical effects, this is the best part of the movie because Ginger's just in the back turning into a real ass werewolf.
Gagging on blood?
Yeah, being real gross as they're driving.
You know who else gagged on something unconsciously in the back of a van? Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. Spitting up water and stuff, you know?
That's true. I thought you were talking about the Jason in this movie because he also gagged on something uncomfortably in the back of a car.
Oh, yeah. That's Ginger's tail you're talking about.
It was probably the tail.
Probably the tail.
Or maybe the voluminous discharge.
Voluminous.
Yeah, with volume.
With volume.
As in how L'Oreal describes what they make hair do.
Christ.
Well, maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's a period. Maybe she's just bleeding it out here.
I hope she's not born with it.
Oh, God. I mean, technically, everybody is. Bridget dresses like she's going to an Amish funeral.
You're right.
I wrote that probably 800 times. Sam realizes, okay, so they get home. They get here. We got her. We got Ginger. She's clearly doing healthy stuff in the back of the vehicle.
She's doing fine back there.
Yeah.
That's just her body expelling the toxins the way she's coughing up all of the blood in her body.
And this is where Sam realizes that, his back door just doesn't work.
Yet he goes, I meant to fix that.
Fine
so he
time.
knew. Also, this is where Sam decides that even though his arm is broken, it just doesn't hurt anymore. Because it stops hindering him for the rest of the movie. It makes no difference that he has a broken arm. You could have not included that, and the movie wouldn't have played out any differently.
Yeah, you could have just cut out the snapping sound effect, and him going, ah!
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
he just got knocked down.
His arm must be sore a little bit.
Yeah, he certainly is behaving as if that's the whole problem.
He must have hit his funny bone.
There's nothing funny about it.
There really isn't, and anytime it happens,
sucks.
It's one of the things that makes me probably the most upset.
You just gotta sit there and endure it for as long as it lasts.
It's like stubbing your toe 1,000 times.
Yeah, sitting on your foot so long that you've forgotten that you were doing that because you can't feel it anymore, and then just having to deal.
And you just got floppy foot ankle because you can't touch the floor.
I fucking deliberately shake it. I don't even care.
Oh,
it makes it go away faster. I swear.
I got a squatty potty and like a TikTok, so I sit there a lot in the morning.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I go to stand up and I'm like, oh wow, this really hurts.
I don't know what that's like because I'm a get in and get out. Like I'm not buying real estate.
Well, here's the thing. I find that I do the first deposit, and by the time I stand up, wash my hands and leave, maybe there's a little more change, a little couple more dollar bills coming out of the ATM.
Oh my God, the ass to mouth?
No, the ass to what's the part of the toilet that starts with an M?
I mean, the closest thing I could think of is macerating.
Yeah.
But that's a specific brand of toilet, okay, that has it's like a garburator inside.
That's beautiful.
It minces everything.
That's beautiful.
And then pumps it out through a very small tube.
I fucking love it.
A lot of the time you'll see them in basements because they don't want to put plumbing in underground. They would rather, especially with a septic system, because that's just barely below ground.
So they want a poop chute.
Yes, an upward flowing one. It's more like a poop vacuum. It's more like a poop jet.
I'm picturing when you go to get film developed, and those tubes they put the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The
when you're trying to send a letter to HR and it's across the building.
Yeah.
In the future.
What are those? Yeah, in the future, but only very much in the past. I haven't seen that.
I was thinking about Futurama at the time.
Well, yeah.
All right.
That's what they thought the future was going to be like. Pneumatic tubes.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
And you'll notice how impractical they are by the fact that they don't exist anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, I just kind of send an email.
Did I ever tell you the soup tube story?
No.
Holy fuck, this is an old Reddit post for people who have been on Reddit for a long time. This guy, his fucking wife comes to Reddit for advice because her husband is hung up on this idea of soup tubes, so he wants to create infrastructure above ground that would... You build tubes directly into people's homes that would deliver soup on a monthly subscription service. He was willing
a lot of work.
He was willing to die for this idea. You have to understand, the Japanese bullet train is a marvel of modern technology. And that thing is just a little bit above ground. He
just wanted to do the same thing, but for soup.
Yeah.
I get it.
Isn't that retarded?
Well, it's not right. I'll tell you that much. It's never going to work. Soups have different chunks.
That's true.
You can't account for every...
How are you going to clean those?
You don't.
No, it would have to be stainless steel. It's the only one that you can clean organic matter out of, and they use them a lot in like dairy barns and stuff to transport the milk. But otherwise, you're getting bacterial growth for sure. That tube's left out in the sun for a day.
Yeah, the UV rays probably aren't gonna...
Every soup after that is cream of mushroom.
Worst soup, but also terrible thing.
First of all, you're fucking wrong, but that's fine. Italian wedding sucks.
Nah.
Actually, I'm wrong as well because New England clam chowder exists.
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm sorry,
gross
guys.
too.
That's the worst soup. That's the worst
You know what?
one. You could be from Rhode Island all day, Providence. I fucking have fun. I bet you don't even eat it there. It's like going to Chicago and getting a deep dish pizza. Nobody gives a fuck there.
I don't know what chowder is, but it's not food. It's not food that is appetizing.
My estimate is that it's just a creamy soup with potatoes in it.
Disgusting.
But I could be wrong. I don't know either. All I know is I tried it once and it sucked.
Yep. So does cream of mushroom. So here we are.
You're
glad we're on the same page.
At least one of them doesn't have a fucking fish in it. Fish does not belong in soup unless it's pho. All right? Those Vietnamese, they know how to make a delicious thing. I'm making a compliment to a Vietnamese person. What do you want? It's the opposite of racism.
Ginger snaps, huh?
Yeah, so Ginger snaps. Now we're back at home, and Ginger has made it inside the house by herself, and she's hungry because she trashed the fridge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a little jump scare bit where they're like, is she in the back of the vehicle? Is she not? She is.
Yeah, she right out into the house. Fine.
And now she's in the house, like, totally just being disrespectful, like, making pictures askew and, like, just getting marks on the wall.
While they're flashlighting their way through their house, making themselves the largest target for anybody with eyesight, but then also for smell because it's two sweaty people huddled together.
And, I mean, probably sound. They're just yapping.
They're not really even... I mean, Bridget whispers a little, but Sam doesn't even bother. Sam talks like this, which is not that much quieter, you'll notice.
No.
I wanted to point out that during this scene... the flashlight goes over a portrait of them, Ginger and Bridget, when they were younger. And Bridget is dressed the exact same as she is when she was in Stephen King's It. All the way down to the hair and headband.
Weird.
I thought so, too. I don't know if it was like a tongue-in-cheek reference to like... Because she was like 12 in that movie. It might have been her first acting role ever. It's just, hey, shout out. This is where you're from.
Maybe it was like literally Photoshop.
It was painted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be.
You know, like it was so on the nose that you'd think, right?
I mean, she dresses. Does she dress? Is it the same? Like,
no, she's got. It's like a blue overall. She's dressed very conservatively, but not in the dark way.
Okay.
In the way that in 1980 you would expect a 12-year-old girl to be dressed for school.
This was before,
like a white dress with like the blue straps or whatever.
It was before they were banished to the basement.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Although fucking about 5 of your schoolmates probably is what gets you that punishment. All right, go to the basement and I'm locking the door.
I don't think they did that, Jay.
No, but her dad was an abusive piece of shit in that movie, so there is that.
Oh,
an abusive piece of shit who wanted to fuck her. Let's just be honest.
You're talking about It.
Yes.
I was like, that did not happen in this film, Jay.
No.
The exact opposite.
No, this is a sequel to It, where they've grown up a little bit, and somehow she has a sister that's older.
She wrapped herself in bulletproof tweed and
she wanted to make herself unappealing to older men is what happened.
And it works, because guess what? That scowl? Not friendly. And I mean, that's... I mean, she does it well.
She does, yeah.
She
really looks like she's not interested in having sex.
Or conversations.
Or breathing.
Yeah, life. Yeah. So let's get in this tiny little closet and let's cook, Jesse. Let's fucking cook.
We got to go to the place for the ritual. If I'm going to make heroin myself, I want to be in a closet.
Yeah, bend that spoon a little more. It's not quite 90 L7 degrees here.
Yeah, and as it turns out, though, the smell of the thing that might kill me really brings me closer to the closet if I'm a werewolf.
Yeah, well, also the light going through like the pantry flaps and the whispering.
The very bright flashlight in this house with no lights on.
Probably a big draw as well, knowing that
turn
there's people
the lights
there.
On. That way you can see and the playing field is even.
Turn the lights on. Just just kill Ginger with a gun.
Or, yeah, do that.
And be like, look at that. What is that?
Turns out you don't need silver at all.
No. So, I mean, lo and behold, they get found.
They do. And Sam gets took right into the base cement.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of this movie really is just because clearly Ginger, as a werewolf, and Brigitte, now with werewolf blood coursing through her veins, Ginger's not going to want to attack, first of all, her sister as a human, and now her sibling as a werewolf. So this scene is just, you got Sam bleeding out, and Ginger's like, you know what? We haven't really eaten in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't shared a meal together as sister and sister in quite some time. And I thought, I would just make this special. So he's still alive, and just come on over.
Yeah, please, drink from my chalice.
Yeah. for it is my blood. Take a seat. Take a seat right over there. And I cooked this especially for you.
Mm-hmm. And by cook, I mean I bit it.
I prepared it.
Until all the blood came out.
Yeah. So Bridget, to her credit, does give it a shot, and her body goes, no.
I mean, she holds it down longer than I've held down a couple things.
And I mean, she tries a lot of it, and you can only swallow so much before your body rejects it, especially when it's somebody else's.
And you're just getting it off the floor with your hand. Like,
yeah, that's of the unfinished basement.
Yeah.
You're right.
Fucking human centipedes just flipping around in there. Human house centipedes just...
Human house centipedes, my old
around.
Twitter handle.
Yeah.
All right. Then, when she throws up, it goes, I can't, nor will I. Well, Ginger gets reasonably upset, because if I went to all the trouble of saving dinner that I prepared for somebody, and then they vomit on the table and tell me to go fuck myself?
It's absolutely rude.
It's inhospitable.
Yeah.
That's bad table manners. You're not coming over for the next barbecue.
There's people in Africa who would be upset as well to have this on their table.
And so Ginger goes, all right, well, if you're not going to have any, nobody is. Chomp. Yep. Neck. Done. That's it.
Yeah, you like them alive? Well, fuck
I'm going to ruin this for everybody.
If you're not going to... if you're not going to have them, nobody can. So it's exactly what she does.
Yes. So fucking... what a turn of events. That I don't want you to bang him, and then you're not gonna bang him in the way that metaphorically drinking his blood is like banging, as per this entire movie's point. So the rest of this film is Bridget being chased around a basement by a werewolf for a little bit, and then
hiding in unfinished nooks and crannies.
That's right. And then she remembers the knife that she stashed from when Ginger was trying to cut her tail off in the top drawer of the clothes that are neatly folded, which means Mom does that too.
And is this knife silver, or is it just a regular knife?
No, it's just a knife. That's what I mean when I say that fucking silver doesn't matter here.
Absolutely.
But there is a throwaway line earlier in the movie where Sam's like, let's forget the Hollywood rules.
Yeah.
So once you say that in your movie, it doesn't fucking matter. You can just make them up.
That's true. Yeah.
It happens all the time.
You struck him with a vehicle. That's, I mean,
yeah.
Forget the Hollywood
rules. First
rules.
thing that happens.
Oh boy. Throw all the and take any of your preconceived notions of werewolves, Jay.
Yeah.
Throw them out the window.
Throw them right out.
This is Ginger Snaps, baby. Ginger Snaps. Werewolves? No. Puberty.
Puberty. Just like that. Here I wrote, of course this weirdo kid knows about the secret under the stairs crawl space back to the bedroom.
It's my favorite thing as a kid.
Yeah, she's like trying to escape. All she does is like kick a wall and just, I know now.
I had an unfinished basement as a child, and I definitely set up a fort under the stairs. Like, that's the best place to have a fort.
My literal computer was under the stairs in my basement.
Yeah, see, you know. You just should have ripped off a layer of wall, is all I'm saying.
Eventually, I got really sick and tired of there being spider webs right above my head all the time. I will say that.
That's just the price you pay to have a nice little hideout.
That's
in the cold,
yeah.
just like a regular human centipede.
More like a spied out.
Literally a human centipede.
Yeah, just in there. So I'd be fine with it.
What's wrong with your son? Oh, he's in the basement with all his legs just scuttling about in the cold cement. He likes it down there.
It's comfortable for me. Ginger fucking tackles Bridget onto the bed because she didn't realize that there's a fucking knife extended in front of her, and she gets stabbed in the chest, and that's enough. Apparently, when you get stabbed in one of your titties, All of the healing properties of being a werewolf just go away.
So all the powers are just up here.
Yeah.
In the tits.
They're in the tits.
They're in the
Well,
tits.
they're up here, they're right here, and they're also down there. Because there are 3 sets of tits.
All the power is here, here, and here.
That's right.
And here sometimes if you have a big litter.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
I feel like they grow nipples, don't they?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know that much about dog feeding anatomy.
Yeah, I try not to know too much about any of that shit, to be honest with you. I don't want to autistically spout information about that.
And then, that's, well, you're stabbed. Mm-hmm. You're stabbed, and that's the end of the movie.
There's a little montage of photos at the end.
Yeah, there's a pretty this movie ends like sort of like classical theater, which I did appreciate because it almost looks like a stage set. You got the 2 beds, you got the matching shape of the photos on the walls above the beds, almost like crosses. Everything is very symmetrical and cut down the middle, and then in the center is Brigitte falling asleep over Ginger's now dead corpse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Romeo and Juliet shit.
Pretty much.
And then bam, credits, and then I write down on my notes here 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10. Okay.
That's right.
I gave it a 7. It's good. It's a good movie.
I don't remember where the 0.5 came from, but it was deserved in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I thought it was a good film.
I did.
Different.
I appreciated no CGI. It's really nice when there's no CGI and there's not like one singular scene where there's a little bit. Like fuck you for adding that. Don't do that. You're laughing over there in the middle of I'm wondering why immediately.
Because I wrote, she looks at Ginger who is breathing and has absolute bazookas for no reason. Her fucking tits were out.
Dude, those were G cups.
Oh my god.
Yeah, something about becoming a werewolf turns you into fucking Pamela Anderson.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. What were you saying?
Well, nothing. Nothing of consequence.
7 and 7.5.
I was appreciative of the fact that when you're going to commit to practical effects, you don't shoehorn in some CG for 5 minutes somewhere. That's it.
So good.
You have movies for me, though.
I do. I wrote them on my
week's
phone.
Podcasts.
Yes,
and
indeed.
I do wonder what they may be.
So, here are the movies for
Lay
next
them
week.
on me.
We've got puberty.
Okay.
We've got a sibling becoming a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Greater Toronto Area.
Well, we've already done Resident Evil, so I don't know what to guess for Greater Toronto Area.
I've actually got 3
for that one.
Yeah, but there's one I'm gonna pick. I just have 3.
Sibling turns into a monster. I know it, but I can't think of it right now. There's no way that I don't know it. Just maybe it's fucking The Uninvited, which I would hate you if you put that.
Monster is a loose term.
Okay. So probably murderer. And then what was the first one?
Puberty.
Just puberty. I want the one that's got 3 of them on it.
Okay.
Whichever one you fucking.
Okay.
You know.
Well, look, I came up with 3 for this one.
Yeah.
But I picked one that would make you smile.
Okay.
We're gonna watch Dawn of the Dead.
Hey,
2004.
Hey.
Where they filmed in Markham in the Thornhill Shopping Center.
Did not know that at all.
The other 2 was Poltergeist from 2013, which is Hamilton. Pretty easy to believe that. I think Hamilton's built on an Indian burial ground, for God's sake.
Hamilton is one.
And then Carrie, the new Carrie, was filmed as well in Etobicoke.
That's weird. I would have hated you for that.
You know what else was filmed in Hamilton? Wrong Turn.
Dude.
They didn't have to change a thing.
No, they just went to the woods. Somebody went to Hamilton once and went, this is it.
Wow.
This is all of it.
They did the hand thing. It's like, huh.
Perfect.
Jackson Square Mall, pan over, bingo hall. Wow. There's our actors right there.
Hey, why is that guy just shaking? One time we were at the Jackson Square Mall at about 10 in the morning, and there was a guy buying vodka, and I watched him put it into his backpack, and it took a couple of tries. Which means you probably shouldn't have even just put it in
No,
the...
you probably shouldn't have served that man.
You exit that mall and it's coming right out of the backpack. We all know that.
That's what I thought the story was. He put it in his backpack and then took it right back out.
Fuck. Yeah. All right. I would have hated you for the new Carrie because I can't stand Chloe Moretz.
Hey.
I would have been pissed all movie.
That's fine.
No, it's not.
That's fine. It would have made a great podcast.
Much happier about Dawn of the Dead. Shout out to Zack Snyder and his ability to make 1, max 2, if you count Watchmen, good movies ever in his life.
I don't count Watchmen. Very long and again, sex scene. Did not need to watch the blue man fuck the lady or whatever.
The blue
it
man
was.
fucked the pool hall rape.
Hey, didn't see that part. That's good.
That's what it is.
I did not. I guess I didn't see the whole movie. Thank God I didn't see the whole movie.
It's pretty early into the movie.
Yeah, I think I just saw the sex scene in space or something like that.
I don't. Sure. I don't give a fuck about Dr. Manhattan anyway. It's dumb.
I just don't care. I just don't care about
More
DC
like Doctor
superheroes.
Can't Happen because he's a ball of energy, some kind of fucking proton large hadron collider experiment failed. I don't care. Who gives a fuck? Jackie Earle Haley's cigarette burnt and pockmarked face right in my face. He should never have taken that mask off.
No. He shouldn't have been in movies. He doesn't have a face for movies.
No, he's got a face for basements.
He's got a face for playing like a burn victim on a TV show.
Yeah,
not Freddy. Not Freddy.
Not a main. Either.
No. Anyway.
Yeah, he's got a face you uncover from a sheet during a fucking jump scare sting, and then you put that sheet right back.
Oh, you do. You yank that right back up.
And expose his feet. That's how fast.
Oh, why did we just get a bigger sheet? No.
We're covering the important parts. Grindhouse Movie Club, everybody.
Do you want to know what the other two were?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so for puberty,
yeah,
we had the first Carrie, the original.
You want to Carrie so bad.
And then
that's an even worse on-the-nose metaphor. She gets covered in blood.
Oh, she sure does. And then sibling becoming a monster, Halloween.
Okay. All right. I mean, that makes sense.
Right?
Well, there is a supernatural element in the fact that you can't kill him, so I guess it still is technically a monster.
Sure. Is it? I figured he was just a guy, but I guess there was like Season of the Witch. I don't care to know what that's about.
Well, he gets like stabbed 15 times in the first movie alone. He's kind of unkillable.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Make him a spooky man, whatever. Grindhouse Movie Club.
Dot.
We put the dot at the end by accident. I said Grindhouse Movie Club as fast as I could. And you got to put the dot after movie, or else you don't get the website. You just get our podcast and then a period, which is what happened in this movie.